in certain places, though. But nevertheless,
As usual.
what he said was, what Abraham said was this: when the lady was snatched, was around 7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Right. They found her in Las Cuevas in a house at 12 midnight. By 12 midnight, they found her. And
What that tenant was really good at doing that woman. We was really good at do.
what do you mean there's going to tie something to she foot and throw she in the ocean? What do you feel there's going to do? What do you feel there's going to? It's either that or there's going to hold you for a ransom.
Yeah, what I can't understand
Right?
what is going on.
He did mention.
Them is three of the migrants that went for check-in.
Nah. For what? To register?
Yeah.
Nah.
Send them back home one time.
But this is part of a bigger problem, right? This is the third kidnapping for the year so far. Caught on camera that we know involve Venezuelans.
Get rid of them. Send them back home.
I'm saying, I see certain government ministers want to take credit for a lot of the good things that happening under this administration. But I wanted to take credit for 2018 too. When you was managing the influx of Venezuelans into the country, right? Where there were no proper checks and balances. I want all to take credit for leaving the borders open, especially during the pandemic. It is not coincidence that in 2022, murders went from 5-something to 5-something to 5-something to 6-something. It is not coincidence that prior to 2018, the vast majority of crimes committed with a firearm was with handgun.
Right.
You wasn't seeing man running around the place with no AR-15 and thing. After 2018, we start to see AR-15 and AK-47 and all kind of thing on the streets. Right?
And ammunition.
And ammunition. So let me get to the timeline reporting.
Because a salt pit bucket of shells that are coming to power them weapons.
Exactly.
Salt pit bucket full.
Right.
With 5.56 and 7.62 ammunition.
Correct.
Nice.
And now we have a migrant registration process because this administration apparently is trying to clean up.
And they said 21,000 alone gone in. So
Only 21,000. So with the rest. We know it had to be about 100,000. What do you think? About 100,000?
I don't think it's so much. I think it could be close to about 50 or 60.
50 or 60,000?
Somewhere around there.
That were allowed to come in here because you had 13 or 14 vessels park up in Stobbles Bay doing nothing under Fitzgerald Hines
It's 33
and
boats
Keith Rowley and them.
33 boats was down.
33 boats?
33 boats was down. When we last checked, when I was in the next frequency, it's 33 boats. I got my information from inside. 33 boats. And only 6 were being fixed. Right? And the Dayman vessels still park up down by Stobbles.
By Stobbles.
Still park up there.
So what we gonna do with them vessels?
I don't know.
We could sell it and get back with money?
A propeller for one of them, both of them is about $2 million. For one of them, both of them.
And man just want to talk about OPV and all kind of damn nonsense. You understand?
I'm so fed up at this place.
You get 14 damning vessels. If one thing Gary do, correct, when he was Minister of National Security, is he went out and he looked for the type of vessels that would be useful or most effective to Trinidad and Tobago border security.
Well, yeah.
Because he explained that OPV is a deepwater vessel.
Yeah, the best vessel for them was, in terms of sea state, the best vessel would have been the Diamond vessels. And nobody does explain that right through. Because he did a paper on it. On the vessels and them, right. What they're capable of with the type of water, the type of sea state they could handle, the kind of weaponry and whatever they have.
Right.
That was the best vessel chosen for the sea state that we have. But I've seen something here that's just too many.
We are seeing now.
A decade without justice. The tragic murder of Kiana Comerbatch. Remember Kiana Comerbatch?
Yes, Kiana Comerbatch. That was the little girl that was found in the
barrel.
In the barrel is in the east?
Yes.
Yeah. Kiana Comerbatch.
Two train found in barrel. Tissia Henry and Kiana Comerbatch. And I remember that very well because
that was rock the nation, you know.
Yeah. Me and Aisha was working at the time.
But look how long now.
Yeah, and we used to go, we went up and we on spot when we saw Tissia Henry being pulled out of the barrel, And this one being...
Well, let me see that. Well, let me see that.
Telling you, we said that right. We stand up on a big stone by John Day by the clan.
Good. I know that kind of belly boy, ex-boy.
I'm telling you, and
I
see
know
the
that kind
little...
of belly. Nah, boy.
My little girl died. You remember ducks? Remember when they braced ducks by traffic light? By what you call it? John traffic light.
Right.
Remember they brace Amande, who was big in the URP and wherever.
Yes.
And he uses daughter as a shield.
As
remember
a shield,
that?
yes.
Yes, that's what my little girl. I used to help mine her mother, help her mine her and that kind of stuff. And I would have gotten some blankets a couple of years ago, right? On a Christmas. I'll never forget that. I gotten different color blankets, nice little fleece blankets and things, and that somebody from down Penal gave me that as a talk show host to give out to people
The people
outside,
who need it,
so she would give me hampers and that kind of stuff. So I went down there, collected,
good people.
and I giving it out, right? And I remember the mother come by the station, boy. And she come and she telling me what's her plight and wherever. And I gave her a hamper. And then I gave the daughter. The daughter was normal. Well, she had two young daughters at the time. I think one. I think that was the older one. Right, but had one daughter at the time. And I real take to this young girl, boy, and real kind of, make sure, she having things and whatever the case to be. And I gave her a blanket from my stock. And she had that blanket. When she got shot by the father used as a shield. I never forget that, boy. Docs was his name. Docs used his daughter as a shield, and she ended up crippled and ended up in a chair, in a wheelchair. And she ended up taking her own life because, the events that led up to what happened and so on, and her being in a chair, and she was doing real good in school, and then they just get frustrated and just give up on life, boy. Them kind of things that always play in my mind and media.
Yeah.
Because I remember these things in media over the years, and the things that I would have done for different children over the years and give out and this and that. And she died with that little blanket, clutching that little blanket, boy. That's hot. That's playing my mind, right?
Must play on your mind.
Because I remember giving her that blanket, and she used to have it on her lap all the time, boy, and always playing with it and that kind of stuff. But she got real frustrated, boy.
The problem is, right? The problem, see how you're talking about that, It's all you saying, you study that, right? That stay with you. And that's the problem in Trinidad and Tobago. I was involved in the Andrea Barrett candlelight movement. Well, it was kind of by accident, You understand? They just trapped me, It was a real trap, the Andrea Barrett thing, well, that situation happened, and one of my advertisers at the time called me and said, Stephan, go and meet with Philip now. Meet with Philip now on this candlelight movement thing now. Oh, God, boy, is a good one. You should be involved in that. I said, listen, I'd really like to involve myself. I just do my work privately, quietly, charity work and stuff. But I do like to get involved on that kind of level now, boy. You know? He said, God, just go and listen to what they had to say now. I said, no problem. So I go on by the headquarters by opposite Victoria Square.
Right.
And your boy go on, just sit down and listen, So I sit down. They say, you have a seat here thing. They tell me, all better sit down.
Right.
Next thing I see camera and all kind of thing coming, CNC3 and TV6 and all kind of thing. And interview and news report start. And I say, dog on the table, so. And they pass it wrong a mic for you to talk. And I heard about the news that night. And I in the candlelight movement.
Right.
So I said, I done there already. But I have to say, that movement, I think Philip might have his faults.
Right.
Right? As we all do. But at the end of the day, I think he has...
It's hard as in a good place.
He has created terrific initiatives.
Yeah.
Right? But getting involved in that movement... Now, I didn't know the victim. I didn't meet the victim. But you see, Andrea's father, hearing that man talk and give his story and his testimony about his daughter, and as a father, how we feel, it rocked me, boy.
Yeah.
And then there were other... What the movement did was we went from one area to the next area to the next area, and we were talking and things like that, right?
Mm.
You know, big up Inshan too. Inshan was part of it. Ishmael, right? You know,
God
dead
rest
and
his
gone now.
soul,
God
rest
rest
his
his
soul,
soul.
why?
He's our next one. Might have had his faults,
Yeah, but
the heart was in the right place.
Yeah.
They might not go about trying to.
They think the conventional way. They would not do things the conventional way.
Yeah.
But they would have had their way of doing things.
That was effective.
And helping people, you know what I mean?
Correct. And there were other people that came on, boy. I remember meeting Sean Luke mother, boy.
Yeah, I met Sean Luke mother too.
And boy, that woman talked
I would tell you that.
boy.
So before you met Philip, I would have been instrumental with Philip back in the day. Before that, right?
Right.
The biggest children's march in town. Remember that march that they had in Woodford Square?
Yes.
And when we were holding the flag and that kind of thing, right? Me and Philip was holding the flag at the beginning of that protest. Right? And we marched for the children, for children's rights. Right? So I would say I am proud to say that I was part of getting the Children's Authority in Agay.
Right.
To protect children, you know, because them days me and Renee and them good. You know, we were talking all sorts of issues and and she's very passionate about children and jurisprudence and all that sort of stuff. And that is 17 years ago, maybe even more. Right?
Yeah, that's up there.
And we have been advocating for that, and Vernas and Rose Graves, as I told you all, was the key to getting it moved in the parliament, because we were passionate about children and we needed to do. We were just killing our children because we had Akil Chambers and all these different Sean Luke, Amy Anamantudo, all these different children that died over the years. You know, we decided that we would hold a march to try to force the government to look at children's rights in a different way. And we got it was 5 pieces of legislation, right? And one of them was the family court, the Children's Authority, the different pieces that make up how we protect children, the gender-based violence, the child protection unit. All these things came out of where we were fighting for children's rights, because we were saying that it must not be a case where we just killing children and nobody really studying it, kind of thing. It just going and sweeping under the rug. And we got it to a place where it was palatable enough. The only thing we didn't have was the Foster Care Act.
Right.
And there was another act. I just keep forgetting, right? But it was 5 pieces of legislation and 3 passed. Children Authority was one.
Yes.
Right? And we got some kind of focus on the children. And the Children Authority was supposed to work in tandem with the report, the Judith Jones report. It was supposed to work in tandem with that to understand, well, where are the flaws and what are the issues with these homes and all these different places that say about children. All of that culminated into one kind of thing, right? So now we have a child protection unit in some stations across the country that you can call. Remember I asked yesterday, if you have a child giving trouble in your house, who do you call? What is the avenue you use to try to stem that? And I know family court has a very big play. I know people like Chucky and them who's the Calypsonian.
Yeah.
Well, he would work in the social development part of it, kind of thing.
Right.
All these different tutors and different people. My wife and all went and do that kind of course, psychology and thing for children and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So she has a bachelor in that and doing her master's in it, you know. But generally, things like that is what kind of brought it to the spotlight so that we could have some kind of redress, because we had no redress before.
Right.
Everything was just everything, you know, and now we're supposed to be at the point where we have counselors, guidance, people, trauma specialists, all these people and them involved in the process of when things happen, because them things that's play on my mind, you know.
Yeah, and
because I was part of a lot of the
and that's one point. That's one point. Where it is play on your mind, for the vast majority of people in the country, it has come, it has happened, is be with us for a few days, and then we just move on with the rest of our lives.
Well, look this one, Kiana coming 10 years, 10 years, waiting. Yeah. So a man in remand, waiting 10 years to answer the case for this young girl
for that child. And I mean, look, my point is we just move on as if we disconnected from these things, when the truth and the reality is that tomorrow could be your day. Today for me, tomorrow for you, you know.
Yep.
So when we drop the ball, when I think of people like Shannon Banfield,
who
walk into a store, and never came out.
And just disappear.
And just disappear in the store. Never came out. Like she went to Narnia. Remember Narnia? When you opened the closet and you went to the next...
Yeah. Next realm.
You understand?
Yeah.
When I think about the security footage and the delays in getting the security footage, and by the time they get it, it was hours later, and how much thing could have be done within that period of time. When I look at that same company that operating today as if nothing ever happened.
Yep.
And people in and out supporting it as if nothing ever happened.
Yep.
How somebody child is walking to a store and never come out and nothing no come out of it?
Well,
somebody could explain me that.
Well, the CPS has some work to do. It has to be beefed up. The gender-based violence also too is another one. We have a serious issue with that also too. With gay, lesbian, all these different people.
No, that's a whole next mess by itself.
We have those units and them that's supposed to be beefed up. And it was going in the right direction under Gary. And after that, well, I don't know what become of the
after
unit.
that we got earlier. But nevertheless, but the point is, look, these things, I don't know if it's because we in media and we had to deal with it every day. That we react differently to the general public that just reads the story and moves on as if that was today, we go out tomorrow, and they don't stick with you. You don't think about it. I remember that story. I think it was last year, 2024, with the 17-year-old boy from CIC. Who he and his mother gone on the taxi stand, looking at a car home,
and disappearing.
And
bullet.
And the boy, the vehicle pull up and they only had room for one. And the boy tell his mother, go ahead, I ride behind you, I'll get the next taxi. And the mother jump in and on she way home, And the boy gone for a bottle of water, And a man pull up to kill a next man, and the man grab him and use him as a human shield, And kill the little boy, You could imagine you see mother going up in that car and you know your son just get bullet and dead in tongue. And you now leave your son? You understand what I'm saying? And people will read these stories and just move on, like nothing ever happened. But the reality of the day is, it happened. And that was her 17-year-old son. But tomorrow or next week, it could be your 17-year-old or 16-year-old or 15-year-old. Look how much things happen to women in this country and girls. Children in particular. And what we just do, Sean Luke rock the nation like it had never been rocked before. At the time, right? Look at Akil Chambers. You understand? Look at Akil Chambers.
Yeah.
Everybody know, but nobody know. And some people pretending not to know. You understand? But look at that.
A whole pedophile ring.
But look at what's going on there. And everybody, and people are still going to support them thing.
Yeah.
How? How you could say you stand for something, but you're supporting them kind of thing at the same time? Miss me with that. I start to get my tempers is flare, I don't want my temper to flare when I get into these things, You understand? I remember when Sean Luke, that situation when Sean Luke happened. When you think about that and you watch your child, boy.
Assaulted with a piece of cane.
You understand why I'm telling you? And what? And how many children have suffered after that? And we just oh God, we're in shock. And this one, and it's the government fault, and it's the police, and it's this one, it's society, boy.
We clutching me pulls.
You understand why I'm telling you? Society, boy, we have problems, boy.
Yeah.
We have problems that we ain't fixing, that we're not addressing.
Definitely.
And we just repeating the same thing.
Over
I just get,
over,
let me tell you something. I tell my audience already, I don't know about all but I just get tired. That's why I say, I probably about 4 more years doing this job. I'm going to be 49 this year, but let me say 5 more years. We'll say 5 more, 54. Right? And I just say, all I understand what it is, right? To be in a job like this, like what X and I do here. And every day you had to come and listen to the same argument, the same old story, the same problems that the country suffering from. Everybody complaining about the same thing. I in this job 20 plus years, Red. And when I started 20 plus years ago, it's the same blasted things we complaining about today.
Yep. Just more for a little bit.
That's all. Since I started back at 20 plus years ago, people calling and talking about they ain't getting water. I no water. We are no water. We can't get no water. And we 20-something years down the road. Billions of dollars, if not trillions spent. And we ain't fix that problem. Well, I mean, Barry Minister Parole working towards that, as we heard the other day. Right? But let me hope we get results now, now, boy. You understand what I'm telling you?
Over and over. Fed up are the same thing.
Over and over. It's the same blasted arguments and complaints, boy. All they don't want to get up in this country and have something and nothing to talk about. No. Or something good to talk about.
Well, it may have that. You may get that once or twice.
You understand what I'm saying?
If so much.
Boy.
It's very depressing.
It's exhausting, boy. Every morning I just wake up 4 o'clock, you know. Quite to be on the air for 6 a.m., 6 to 8, an hour here, 9 to 12, right? And every morning I get up 4 a.m., it's getting harder for me to come out of my bed. Because I know when I pick up my phone and I go to my phone, if somebody get killed, somebody get kidnapped, somebody gone missing, some nonsense, boy.
All of this here, going back to 2023, right? Every minute of the day is some drama. Some baseball bat beaten for man who helped woman for distress. Bandits cut locks, steal 119 in equipment from Wassa treatment plant. 19 people arrested and charged within 3 months. Police shooting near completion, heads to the DPP. Massey Korea found unresponsive near home. Later dies.
You understand?
And so it going, Every morning I said I wake up to this, Every morning. And I thank the caller for always keeping me abreast of what's going on in the country. But when you start to read these things, like this morning, I get up this morning, right? I get up this morning.
You need to wake up to that? Well, you know and I know.
I wake up this morning, right? And this morning alone, have about 15 okay. Let me go back. God, look at the thing. And 4 more just added, 4 more just added. Right. So we start with the woman. A man striking twice. He steals something from somebody's house during the day, and he come back in the same house and steal something in the night. So they have day and night footage of the man stealing from the people in them place. Right? Then you come again, the kidnapping of the woman. Yeah, she balling. Going in a backseat of a car. Nice. They get another angle of that woman. They get what else? That all kind of stupid fire going on. Former police commissioner talking about how you're getting denied the permit to get a firearm, the fuel permit. Man arrested and firearm and ammunition seized in South. 3 arrested, firearm seized across multiple divisions. All kind of gun and ammunition and narcotics. Former LAT accountant avoids prison despite he take $300,000 from the law association and go on before a magistrate and get a fine. How you do that? He take 300,000, scam them 300,000 in checks, right? And get a fine before the magistrate.
I want better than that.
So he walking the street normal. 20-year-old man has been arrested after stealing 50 cases of cheese from a supermarket.
But he's a rat or he's splinter. He had to be splinter. We doing all that cheese.
Kiana Kawabach, of course. Rapid shots in Maloney. They're showing you the man who kidnapped the woman. Alleged prostitution ring with somebody with Ian Allen with some boat that's supposed to go down the island and pick up some woman and come back. And imagine I waking up to this every single morning. Look, 5 and 10 incidents.
Look, Johnny telling me last night, Johnny Abraham telling me last night, because he called me when the video of the woman come out. He said, Stephan, they go kill that woman, you know. They kill that woman, you know. They'll kill she, you know.
They was on the way too.
They was on the way too. Thank God they save her, But listen, he telling me some problems in the court. He said, imagine a man get hold with $400,000 in narcotics. And the magistrate gave him 200,000 bail. He said, how your bail go be less
than way a thief?
You could understand that. He said when the police, he said, listen, the police when we work, you know, because the prison full, the court back up with cases. The court couldn't back up with cases and the prison couldn't be full if the police wasn't locking up people.
Right.
Right? So now you reach the court.
Right.
And the thing, and the court is where this thing being stalled. He said when the police didn't show up for a case, he said you're showing up all the time, the one day didn't show up.
They show.
Because you're on a exercise or some kind of thing, the magistrate quick to dismiss.
Yeah.
But when the accused didn't show up, the lawyer have a medical. A medical excuse. We have a medical here, that's why the client can't. You understand? Johnny telling me this morning, he said, we walk out of courtroom, he said, a man, some lawyer, right? The case could have been dealt with, right? And the lawyer asked for a postponement, or whatever the case might be, right? He said, but we have everything you need. We have everything here. Why you have a postponement? He said the client didn't pay me yet. So he can't close the case because the client didn't pay yet. You understand what I'm saying? There's the madness going on in this place, boy. And we go talk about this now. We go talk about it next week. We go talk about it in 2030. We go talk about it, yeah. We have a whole election again and we go still be talking about it.
Talking about the same old stale debates.
But telling you,
stale debates. Over and over.
On a shining light here, they find the pussy.
All right.
Yes,
all right.
they find the pussycat.
All right.
And they found the pussycat at Hillview Drive in Aruka. Safe and sound. Safe and sound, people. They found her.
Right, 10,000 another pussy.
They found her around 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
All right.
What your pussycat doing outside at 2 a.m.?
It's looking for licks. It's looking for licks.
Oh, God.
It's looking for licks.
This tush pussycat that caused all this problem, boy. They find it. I'm glad you owners get back the cat, man.
This pussycat was drinking ice water and shrimps.
Look, yeah, that's
ice water and shrimps.
I mean, look, we had these two little girls. Up to now, they ain't gone home, They're
No,
still outside
They said they find them.
They find the two little girls?
Yeah, they said they find them.
When they find them?
They said they going back. Well, I think Heavy or somebody.
They going back by the grandmother?
I think they going. Yeah, they going back by the
Well,
grandmother.
the police had to get involved now because something wrong in that household.
She just going back home. That is the day.
Nah, man.
That
You
is
can't
the
put
day.
them back in the same environment under the same oh God, what was he what I'm looking for?
Same conditions?
The same conditions and expect the situation to improve.
Well,
they have to be an intervention there now.
Right, the intervention out foreign would have been CPS would have show up in front of your door. Nice, they'd have show up in front of your door to find out, well, where's the real situation here? Why the girls and them running away? And if they can't be taken care of, you're going before the family court. And when you go before the family court, they'll tell you what's going on. We have to put them somewhere.
Right.
We have the foster care act in thing, so you can't put them there. So you have to find a family or something to put them somewhere, in the meantime, out of the toxic environment that they presently in. And, that answers some hard question. And if they didn't answer any question correct, they can end up before the court and make a jail.
Okay.
But we just doing what we want here. Them just going back home normal. According to
like nobody business.
according to what we call them girls that went to get some hot juice.
Boy.
We name them.
I wanted to share an article here with you. I want to get X thoughts on this. Maybe some of you have heard about it, some maybe not. But if you haven't, I think it's a terrific initiative. And we could let me get X thoughts on this. So, Minister of Justice, this was 5 days ago in the news, eh? But I ain't hear nobody really bring it up on nothing. And I don't think people understand maybe how important this might be to the justice system. But Minister of Justice Divish Maharaj, because we've been asking for this, right? Says legislation to introduce a parole system in Trinidad and Tobago will soon be laid in Parliament as part of a broader effort to reform the criminal justice system and reduce delays. Maharaj said a parole bill is among a suite of measures being prepared to improve efficiency and access to justice. He said there is a Parole Act which we will bring into Parliament shortly to introduce parole to the criminal system. He added that the legislation will come alongside amendments to the Probation Act, the introduction of a Victims' Rights Bill, and proposed constitutional changes to strengthen the right to a trial within a reasonable time. All right, the minister said the legislative push is being supported by operational changes aimed at reducing long-standing backlogs in the system. Murad said additional resources have already been deployed to address delays in forensic testing. He said the overall goal is to make justice more efficient and accessible, and the move follows earlier efforts to introduce a parole-type mechanism. All right, and it then goes back to give you a little history that in 2012, then Justice Minister Herbert Volney called for a parole system managed by a parole board and an early release program for certain categories of offenders. What do you think about that system? Would it?
Well, we have to understand the genesis of the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Every jail in Trinidad and Tobago is fully occupied.
Right.
The depot total is maximum. So anybody we put inside of that jail is extras, and we have to find space for them.
Right.
There is no rehabilitation going on in the jail, right? No rehabilitation going on in the jail. Very, very minuscule, if it's anything at all, right? In terms of tackling all the aspects of the prison. And that was so 29 years ago when I was in the service.
When he was in the service, right.
Right? So it was now.
All right.
The remand section has prisoners there in excess of 10 years. Right? So it have man living in the jail. Literally living in the jail.
Living in there, yeah.
They wearing the normal clothes and the Clarks and thing and the Adidas and wherever, and they living. They have them line off in a cell. Right? That's how bad it is. Right? 10 and 15 years you're waiting on a matter to call. So I am glad that, let's put it this way. From where it was to where the conversation that is getting there is a good thing. So I applaud Devish for doing his due and whoever ministers and them work on the plan. You remember recently Alexander pulled out an ankle bracelet and said, put it on Gary mouth. You remember that?
Yeah.
Right. He pulled out an ankle bracelet. So I assume, right? He pulled out an ankle bracelet and he ball that for your mouth, Gary.
Oh, good
right?
Lord.
But generally, I guess it would be part of the apparati that will be dealing with ankle bracelets and so on, which is part of the parole system.
Right.
Right? In terms of the jail itself, I am hoping, okay, we can't get sentence margins up to now, right? Which is like, you come in, and if you can negotiate good, you get time off your sentence, or you swap your sentence, or you lessen your sentence, them kind of thing. We can't get that going up to now.
Right.
So I don't know if that is part of this bill here, right? Because giving evidence and that sort of stuff will, of course, lessen your sentence.
Of course,
right?
yes. Reduce your sentence, yes.
You get a third off your sentence when you come in. From the time you come in, you get a third off your sentence.
Right.
Right? However, it goes back up when you start creating fractions. Right?
Understood.
So generally, we have to understand the whole ambit of the whole thing. The parole system is all right, and I would like to see this government get it involved because it's only 5 or 6 months they inside, right? And I know they may have been planning for the other 4 or 5 months before, but only when they got a budget is when they could really,
Is when they could
really extempo themselves.
So
right?
they're really there since October.
Yeah, right. So
which is where the flaw in the whole system is in terms of election.
So that kind of conversation that I hear in there seems plausible in terms of trying to get some redress in the system. Because we are deficient in a lot of avenues. We are deficient. And the parole system now, I don't know if we have the kind of rigor in the system to really monitor a proper parole system. Because we can't get 999 working. We can't get 999 working. We can't get a proper line for when you're calling for children when they get in trouble and wherever. Is that parole system you go have? With a big board, with all the men and them that have ankle bracelet. And when you go out of the jurisdiction, it would alert the police.
Yes.
And then the police now would activate.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to preempt anything.
Yeah, so we don't
But
know the
I don't know the
aspects,
aspects, but I know how it works.
Yeah.
I know it is supposed to work.
All these systems supposed
So
to work.
what
Aspects of
but
that
I
system
don't
will
know,
be implemented, we do not know.
I don't know if we'd have a parole unit in the police service that dealing with people who are jumping parole.
But do you think early release via parole, right? Going before a board to assess you in your experience working in the prisons, are there prisoners inside of there that genuinely turn themselves around
Yes, of course.
and deserve?
Of course. But it's a very small number, though.
But they still deserve an
Yes,
opportunity.
Yes.
All
I
right.
have plenty of them like that.
But when you go
And
before
plenty innocent people in the jail, too.
in jail as well.
All right.
So
Don't forget that
when
part.
you go before a parole board now, and let's say the parole board says, small, yeah, what happened? We think you're on the right path.
Right.
We think you're turning your life
You
around.
get a player.
We granting you parole.
Right.
Okay. When they walk out the doors of that prison, where they gonna walk?
Well,
How that's gonna work on the record?
But that is the next to that drama because you have one anchor bracelet because you're on parole.
Yeah.
And parole has to monitor you for a certain amount
For a
of time.
certain amount of time. So
Right,
is maybe a
Well, this is what I'm saying. All the build-up systems that's supposed to follow with that. They're supposed to have a parole officer. So will you have a
Right.
parole officer that you have to report to at a certain time?
At a certain
you have
time,
you have to meet certain conditions in order to satisfy your parole and all these different. I don't know if that is going to be able to deal with issues such as those.
Right.
Because you can't just put one parole and that's it. It don't work like that.
Exactly. You must ensure
You know what I
that
mean?
the person has no reason to go back into a life of
Well,
crime.
they were saying, and
So-
if the anchor monitor is set up in such a way that it does not allow you to go into toxic areas of what you frequent as a convict,
as a
right?
parolee or
As a
whatever,
parolee
yeah.
or whatever, right? If the anchor bracelet does not allow you to enter into those areas
Right.
because they would know your history as a poop
Yeah.
in terms of who you're associated with.
If it was a drug addict.
Right, if you're a
things
drug
like
addict,
that, yeah.
right. So if you venture into those areas, who come in and get you?
Okay.
And do we have a robust enough system to deal with
that?
with people like that?
Yeah.
Because we know what the
But
system entails.
There's a whole data.
That's a whole
data system
That's a whole
connected
department.
to- there's a
Set
whole,
a department. Because
a
you have
monitoring
parole,
department, yeah.
you have jumpers, you have bailiffs
Yeah.
that would go and collect you. And if you're outside the area, it alert you. The
Yeah.
company board that this person's outside of the area at certain times because it may have a curfew involved with your parole
Yeah.
in terms of you're supposed to be inside at a certain time. All these things, and if you step out at a certain time, how it working?
There's a violation,
How
yeah.
you using the anchor bracelet in terms of butter and all them kind of thing. You put a butter on your foot and you pull it off.
And you take it off.
And you
yeah.
put it on a cat or something and the cat run out.
Like the-
It have all these things that them
Like
to
the
consider.
Persian pussy and they find it in a rook at 2 a.m. in
you
the
know what I mean?
morning.
So you
Yeah.
have all these things to consider, and it's departments you have to create
Yeah.
because it's not just bail jumping. Bail jumping is part of
It's
it.
part of it, yeah.
But we have a court that would support that.
Yeah.
So like if you have 5 bail jumpers on parole, when them go into court, do we have a court that could deal with things like that, or are we too full in the courts and the dockets with the case with the existing cases so that we have that extra, like how we talking, we want a gun court and we want this and we want that, right? Parole will be a court by itself.
Yes.
In terms of if you're violating parole and wherever, and the committee had to sit and decide, well, they were going on, send them back. You know what I mean? And then
Back inside, yeah.
then the turnkey and them had to get training too, because them know how to be able to accept you, receive you when you come back in for the rest of your
For the rest of
sentence,
your
and
sentence,
all these
yeah.
different things. So it's
It's
not
a lot.
a
It's a lot.
it's not an isolated kind
It's
of.
not as easy as it's being described in the paper. It's not as simple as that. They have a lot of moving parts attached to it.
Well, I don't know if we're going to cover those moving parts. That's the problem.
Well,
you know we just operate in the government.
Well, yeah, but if it's one thing that we learned last night
Yeah.
is that some things work
Well,
because they snatch a woman 7:30 p.m.
right, and they're fine her.
They find her by midnight. How did they find her?
What did they use to
they,
find her?
They activated the cameras and they tracked the vehicle. They got a call giving them the license plate of the vehicle. They got information from the public, which is very, very important, information from the public.
Right.
But that doesn't come unless you have public trust. But I guess in a situation like this, with people seeing what went on, somebody saying, this is a serious situation, let me call the police or whatever, right?
I'm going to show you something.
So I'm saying, so they activated.
Look that vacancy. things that I've been talking about
A
for a
drone
while.
pilot vacancy.
You was?
Drone pilot vacancy.
I don't know who is the organization who put that in the papers, but they have a drone pilot vacancy.
And all the requirements and everything.
Right. So things like that is what we're talking about.
Well,
Because you could
yeah, they didn't put who's the
they
agency.
didn't put who the agency is at all. But I
Okay.
see drone pilots. So I'm hoping that is the TTPS or some kind
Or some one of them, right?
or some one of them.
But obviously, because how Johnny explained it to me, the one was snatched, they get information on the license plate. They started to track the vehicle using the cameras that they have.
Right.
Now, he said a vehicle traveling at high speed, that 15 minutes before you could reach very far, right ahead of you.
Well, yeah.
So,
well,
right. So they activated the Maracas police, the Blanchisseuse police station, because they identified that the vehicle had taken that
route, yeah.
So they activated those police stations,
Right.
and then they activated the Coast Guard.
Right.
So this was
anybody
a
looking to
full-
leave the coastline.
Is the Coast Guard caught them
Right. Okay.
in the water?
Okay.
Is the Coast Guard
so
caught
she was
them in the water?
so she was transported at that point, and
She
then
was, yes.
and then going to
There was probably
some-
either going and dump her in the sea,
yeah, but that was good police work.
but
That was good police work.
But this is what I tell you,
good
something
police
working.
work. Yeah, that's
and he
good police
also
work.
mentioned the SSA was involved as well.
Right.
So
lovely.
if
interception was part of it.
right, so my thing is, if it could work like that, the anti-kidnapping squad was activated too. They had a role to play in it too.
Right.
Right. So it was all these.
Coordinated.
It was well
And
coordinated.
that's where we're be talking about the cross wiring of units.
So it worked.
Yeah.
So what stops it from working
On a general basis.
on a general basis? You don't need a SOE for that to work.
I see somewhere.
If you understand what I'm saying,
I see somewhere
those are systems that are already in place. That once you activate those systems
It's
and
supposed
it's
to
well
work in the right
coordinated,
way,
it
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a state of emergency or not, right? You don't need a SOE for that to work.
So we're saying that we know now for sure that we have
Something does work.
right. We know now for sure. So don't sell with that Lou. Don't sell with that Lou.
understand?
Don't do with that.
So I
Don't do with
mean,
that. We know it working now.
within 4 hours they found the woman.
Because remember I told you from the heist on the highway,
Yeah.
when they bounced the panel van and the
That
panel
was the
van
Sentinel, one of them.
and
Yeah.
turned and went back
But
up the road.
I used to wonder about them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, them was a little shaky.
every
Them
time it
still
had a
around?
robbery, it was them.
But them still around?
I don't know. Long time I knew about them. Nobody
Long
was
time
here
me
rob them in
hear
a
me,
while, man.
I know what you plan a robbery
Nobody
around them.
had a robbery on them in a while, boy. You know what I mean? Although don't forget we got the naughty corner coming up after 10. Think about who's in your naughty corner this morning. But yeah, back to the discussion.
Yeah, but generally we know things working because the cross wiring of units is what does make the difference in
Correct.
terms of being able to call this one. And that is why I was saying that 999 needs to be removed from Minister of National Security and bring back under the police commissioner
Police
office.
commissioner office, yeah.
Right? And flesh it out properly. Because
Yeah.
999 is able, they are most likely civilians who are trained in the reception of a call and they know how to crosswire the units.
That's
They know who
right.
to call. They know if it's a cat in a tree. They know to call fire service rescue team.
Yeah.
If it's an accident, they know to call fire. They know to call police to cordon off the area. And you know, so the different aspects of it are kidnapping too. If somebody calls and they can track the person via the cell phone, triangulate the cell phone coordinates and whatever, and have an idea with the vicinity in which the person calling from.
Exactly.
And ransom notes and all these things that them are part of policing, right? So we're expecting that these things happen. But we know now for sure
Something works.
something works.
We
right?
know this. It
So-
happened.
So what is going on otherwise? And I saw
Correct.
and I saw somebody leave a fingerprint somewhere and some
Because when
I
my
can't
vehicle, remember I
some-
told you when my vehicle was stolen,
Uh-huh.
and they tell me let me drive to. When I told them my little brother tracking it on his cell phone, and it's in Malik
No,
right
them,
now.
them dumb.
When
But
the-
I went through that too the other day.
Right, but my thing was why you didn't call the Sawa police and them yet?
Yeah.
To intercept,
And why
right?
why police cars don't have computers in it?
But this is the whole thing. Why? You understand? So we
Yeah.
have to get to that point. We know that. Okay, we know that we have. What were any comments to say?
We have a juvenile delinquency problem expressing itself in
Crime and criminality.
Yeah.
Right. However, we know we have some community development work to do where the youths are concerned and certain communities, right?
Right.
We know we have to try and create opportunities that are fine-tuned to the wants and the needs and the desires and the passions of those youths, right? And get them involved in those things, right? So we know all of that had to work. But one of the most important aspects of policing, we talk about the fear factor.
Right.
And a part of that fear factor is that if you commit a crime at 10 o'clock, the police lock you up by 11. That is a fear factor.
And that also builds the confidence of the police, because that people see.
That's right.
You see the quick wins. The quick wins is what will give you the visual. They'll give you the visuals, right? Yeah, but they get one last night, but they ain't breaking it down like how we breaking it down here, though.
Well,
they ain't breaking it down. They just know they get one last night, but how they get one last night?
Yeah.
How they get one? Because it's not that easy as just to pick up a car and you don't know what the hell going on.
But
because
if you want, we could call Johnny and maybe you might have some questions for him that I didn't ask him this morning, you know. And the audience could hear directly from him. But I know he told me he had a meeting with Suzette Martin this morning. Because they were up there until about 2, 3, 4 a.m. this morning.
Right.
On the scene.
Yeah, but that is good sleuth work.
Yeah.
That good sleuth work in terms of an investigator. A man who understands how the thing run. You know what I mean? Because you would have...
Well, let me tell you something. Last night he called me. He sent me the 2 video. And he called me. He said, he just called me, boy. He don't call me Stephan, you know. He just Indian or something so. So he called me. Although I'm Portuguese, I'm Portuguese half India, but nevertheless. He said, Mamu.
Mamu.
He said, Mamu. You see why I need a bad man squad to get back out
there?
That's the first thing he
that the man that need to be out there.
He said, you see why I need a bad man squad to go back out?
Because he's more brawn. He's not a brains man, but he's more brawn. But he can control people who have brains.
He said, you see what happened there? I said, nobody know. As he sent me the video, he called me now.
Right.
So I said, well, I ain't gonna watch the video. And he said, watch that video and you call me back.
Right.
So I watch the video and I hear any woman screaming, boy.
That's something
that woman
bad,
scream, boy. And then when I call him back now, he say, you see? It's a bad man squad. I need to go back out.
Yes,
That is what I need.
That we talking about,
and let
man.
me get this thing under control.
Yes.
I said, Johnny, he said, because let me tell you something, Stephan. I ain't going to sleep tonight, you know.
Right.
He tell me that. He said, I can't sleep tonight. They will kill that woman, you know. He said, they will kill that woman, you know. And me and he talking. I said, Johnny, I'll call in the morning.
Right.
And let me see what happened between now and then. When I woke up this morning,
they don't catch you on everything.
The first thing as I open my phone, somebody put in our group, 7 arrested.
Right.
7 Venezuelans, 1 local at the time, right? And the lady has been recovered, right? Safe and alive and well.
Right.
Brother, I didn't sleep last night. I only tossing and turning, you know, because I hearing that woman screaming going in that car, you know. I hearing that woman screaming, you know, screaming. And nobody on the street ain't pull the window to see what's going on.
Well, people pull the window.
But they
can't do nothing.
But they take the plate number.
You see 2 men behind sign up watching. You see 2 youth men outside watching. She going in her car. Them all under pressure, but they don't know what to do.
That could be she grandchildren or something. You know, them can't do nothing.
Them watching she going in the back of her car and 5 men.
And they can't do nothing.
Packing she in her car.
They can't do nothing. And I just say, no, boy.
Yeah, but this morning we supposed to set an example and put them on a plane one time. One time, no trial, nothing. Just one time, go from here.
You understand?
Go from here.
And this is where we have to be. But you know, look, the police might lose. The police might be open for a lot of criticism.
So give her a big play today.
But
you and Johnny Abraham and your team, all you get a big play today.
We big all up today but we want to see more like that as it relates to.
Well, I saw something on fingerprints.
I
saw something that fingerprints. I try to remember where I saw it, but I'll go back and look for it. But I saw something where fingerprints was gathered after the fact. So in my mind now. So you get fingerprints, right? Right. So how come you ain't in front of nobody gate yet? Because if you get fingerprints and it's in the system, it's supposed to match somebody.
Yeah, but you can't take a
and
week
more,
to do that.
and our recidivism rate very high. So it's the same men creating problems over and over. So how you in front of nobody gate yet? And they take fingerprints and are seen.
Yep.
If the AFIS was working, like up in West End and in Aruka, we would have been able to put it in the system and it running through and scanning each fingerprint
and
to see who come up. And as the person face come up, You're in
go
front
and
of the
get
gate one time.
Go and get them.
You answer why your fingerprints on the scene.
On the scene, go and get them.
You understand? And that may just be your preliminary evidence to the case.
To the case,
You
yeah.
don't look for other pieces and wherever.
Of course.
And if you had a DNA, you could start test the DNA or whatever. But your first question is, what your fingerprints doing on the scene
Yeah.
of this
So, I mean,
incident?
all of these things are questions that need to be asked. We got to get ready for the 10 o'clock news. After the 10 o'clock news, don't forget, it's a naughty corner. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Somebody's in for a spanking this morning. All right, so the naughty corner, I'll think about who's in the naughty corner this morning. Remember, we keep it fun as well. So,
But that's supporting we call him, though. That's supporting that call he make.
Oh, Johnny?
Yes, I supporting that call
Johnny
he
tell me
make.
that. He said, boy, see why
Let
I
them
need a
freight.
bad man squatted.
Yes, about 6 of them. Best moving in a vehicle, in a
Telling you.
Jeep or something well outfitted.
He said, Mamu, if I was out there, they do nothing, you know.
Yeah. They do
Telling
that.
you.
Yeah, they do
Tell me
that.
that. He said, Mamu, they do nothing, you know. I said, no, he different, you know.
That we need a
No,
bad
he
man
different,
squad.
He
They need
different,
somebody
you know.
like Singh out there, or like Sharp and Teets and John Man and
Yes,
them.
boy.
They need them kind of people out there.
Sing.
Singh dead.
He dead.
Yeah. Sharp dead too.
Sharp dead too.
Yeah.
We could ask him about some of them fellas. You know?
Yeah.
We'll call that one. We will ask him about some of them fellas. What's the answer?
You
Right?
was?
So after we got the naughty corner coming up after 10. We have the play draw, and after the play draw, we'll see if we can get on to Johnny Abraham. And then we'll take some calls in the last hour.
He could be a senior soup, and he have some bad men below him, some sergeant and thing way real bad like tack, and they going out there.
And another thing that he told
And
me,
let them
he said,
afraid somebody. That afraid somebody.
He said, go and call Alexander and find out if them fellas and them, if any one of them that was involved would have register with the migrant registration
Right, and if
thing.
they send them home.
Yeah, one time.
Send them home.
Yeah, so it's a whole system
Don't
that
pay
has been
because
created.
send them in no detention center. They go and get feed 3 times a day and all kind of shit it up. Go for me.
We don't want that. Send them on the way one time. All right?
The youth man, we chain them up who was sitting in the apartment. The woman was asking the youth man, so
What about my rent?
where you doing with it? You staying or you going? Next thing you know, man, just bought the woman house
Yeah.
and going with the woman. For she own thing, you know.
The woman rent you somewhere. For all you know, all of them just stay there.
Yeah.
Because you know 6 and 7 of them just live in one apartment.
yeah.
For all you know, and the woman must be moving good with them all the time, you know. Because the way that she asked him,
Yeah.
it wasn't in an aggressive, like, have sex with your manner.
She was,
Just
what you
said,
doing?
so
You
you're
going or you
you're
staying?
So what we doing about the rent? And that's all she asked, you know. And them and them run out and grab the woman and terrorize that woman, boy. Nah.
I trauma for that woman for life. She want me to lock up every door. Anywhere she is, she want me to lock up all the doors. Lock up all the doors properly and tight.
Correct.
And can't sleep when the night come now because you're studying if somebody go bust in your room and take you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You feel that woman supposed to go through that at 72?
Nah.
Come now, man.
Madness.
Only plane.
So I tell you what, we will be back after the 10 o'clock news with the naughty corner. Get ready. Licks will share. Blows will be delivered. The naughty corner is up next after the 10 o'clock news. Let's go.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I go right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, Up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 10-20 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 10-20 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy...
First and then
yeah. All right, people.
it's wanging time.
Right, I had to put it across over here now, boy.
All right, all right.
That's it. So I can get the whip hard now. if I keep it on the same computer,
You want to whip harder than that?
I want the whip hard. I want it hard. All right, not me. I mean, I want to share it. No, it's no good way to say it.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, let me take a little thing for that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, nice.
I find that sounds
So
like
like a nice ball head.
like a little spanking you just give when you anyway. Anyway,
So
no,
like a ball head.
Listen. That's why like a double palm slap.
Yeah. A nice, a quick slap ball on a ball head.
Oh God! Hey, yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, the naughty corner is here. Who you have?
Who I have? I have that police. Those police and them that that have the fingerprints.
Yes.
And then end up by the man house yet. Had to get that answer that. Well, they don't play with no game.
How you got a fingerprint and you reach the people and them you have to look up nobody?
But they were saying...
Look now, man. Take our next one for that. All you go in the naughty corner. You have anybody else?
Nah, not yet.
You have not yet. Not yet?
Not yet.
What about the police that say we have a drastic reduction in crime in the first 3 weeks of the SOE because we had 13 murders less? Look now. Look now. Miss you with that, And I'm going to tell you why. We in March, right?
Right.
So last year would have been the month, all now so campaigning was going on.
Right. Not no more that's wrong that time.
Exactly, crime has dropped.
That no more that's wrong election time.
Election time. So maybe we should have election 2 365 days a year. Maybe that. Yes! Let me get on going. Yes, man. You understand? No serious thing, you know. So obviously you would have a drop. You're 13 less under SOE.
Yeah.
You didn't know SOE last year, March. You couldn't know state of emergency when the election was going on.
So that is even worse.
Yeah, look.
That
now,
is even
right?
worse. Game 1.
Yeah.
Game 1.
Game
And
two.
Game a cloud 2. Game a cloud 2.
two.
Game a cloud 2.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Don't do me that damn stupidness, man.
I want to put. Well, oh God, boy, Imbut boy.
You are?
You know, Imbut really tried. They really tried to say that is under this administration that the Hilton problems, that the whole problem with the Hilton taking place. They was there for 9.5 years. They hold a whole press conference, you know. Amory Brong is the next one. I dealing with all of them in the press conference, eh?
You studying them on the stupidness, boy?
Amory Brong is the next one demanding answers on Cuba. He demanding.
Yeah.
What you demanding? A DJ replace you, boy. A DJ replace you. A DJ replace you. The next one, he want to take credit for everything the government doing, Stuart Young. Everything.
Captain Fall Long.
Yeah, everything. All the energy deals that come in is the groundwork that they lay.
Yeah.
Alright? Well,
Well, you're not there right now.
That's right.
To take your pressure in your corner.
Exactly. And you know what you need to take credit for? All the murders that happen under all your watch. The 625, the 599, the 577,
What?
and so on and so on.
The workers in the Ministry of Rural Development still have workers waiting on their money since Carnival.
What?
All right.
No!
Yeah. 2 months now. 2 months now.
No, man. No.
Wait, I didn't get our money yet and shoot. I wanted the idea.
Nah, man.
Yeah, boy, the
The upkeep program?
The upkeep program, boy, they still waiting on money.
Like Khadija?
Yeah, boy.
No.
They still waiting on money.
No.
God.
Khadija. All right, a little thing again. Right?
Yeah.
The Venezuelans that grabbed the woman last night, the 73-year-old woman, and kidnap her.
Paul, you're not playing that sell back? No.
One time. And give
No,
some of this.
no.
Take some of this behind you too. Take our next one. It's 7 more. 4, 5, 6, 7
more.
And the 3 locals say hold with them. 1, 2, 3. Or they take it and go. Take it and go. You
Go for me
understand?
with all this stupidness, man.
The next thing too. Questions over $50 million US patriotic refinery contract.
Wait that one. I'm trying to
Well,
figure
all right.
that one.
Here it is.
I was trying to call Ernesto this morning to find out what's going on there.
An Italian-based engineering and contracting company
Still get a $50 million contract to do that.
yeah,
right?
they have announced.
But Munilal is saying no.
Munilal is distancing the government from that, saying that is patriotic. That has nothing to do with the government.
Yeah, but what patriotic
Basically.
doing paying to open the refinery? I'm trying to understand.
So this was saying. So this company has announced that its subsidiary, Technimont Services, has been awarded a rehabilitation study contract with $50 million US for the upgrading of the Guacara refinery complex in Pointe-a-Pierre.
Who signed that?
Right? And apparently, let me see. In a WhatsApp exchange with the Express yesterday, Oilfield Workers Trade Union Chief Education and Research Officer Ozzy Warwick confirmed that the arrangement was between Technimont and Patriotic Energies and Technologies Company Limited. So I think the question is, well, where Patriotic get this $50 million US from?
Yeah, but what? Yeah, but normally
Yes.
in the papers,
Yes.
for the 4 ministers we called thus far,
Yes.
every time we call them, we just find out something different.
Yes.
I wonder if this is the case now. You have Munilal number or something?
I have Munilal number. I have Munilal number, but here what happened.
I wonder if he go answer.
Here what happened. Here what I want to find out. How come when Patriotic wanted to buy the refinery,
Right.
remember they wanted to buy it under PNM?
Yeah.
And remember they run them a whole rigmarole to blank them?
Yeah.
How well they didn't study where they was getting money from then? Eh? Wait!
Take everything. Take everything.
Get it!
Yeah, all of those we no dreams
You
there.
understand? And CARICOM, all they take something to us. We go to the phone lines. PM opposes Barnett renewal. TNT to cut CARICOM funding. They went and vote for this secretariat.
And they didn't have a say.
And
Not a
Trinidad
say.
and Tobago, who does contribute 22%
of
to
CARICOM
CARICOM
funding. Take away their funding, man. They're
We
too
didn't
stupid,
have
man.
a say, after we Prime Minister went and gave a speech and called out the Secretariat last time. You can't remember when she gave the speech? She called out the Secretariat on the Brent Thomas thing. And they gone and they put back the woman there. And all they ain't giving no say. And we giving only 22%. No!
Take a beating.
No!
Take a beating. And take a cloud. And take a carpet too.
Yeah.
Take a carpet too.
Nice, man. That one is for one of the that smaller blow is for one of the smaller islands. I think they one of the smaller islands. They can't take a big blow. All right, nice. Yeah, all living out Trinidad and Tobago and disrespecting Trinidad and Tobago. You understand what I'm saying?
All looking good.
No, don't do that. And the Prime Minister said, CARICOM has been failing for 52 years and will continue to fail for another 52. You think where I'm coming from?
Right.
And we moving away from that. Sobers say, all they're going to get, CARICOM want to get Cuba aid. We don't want no part of that aid. We will do it on our own.
Right.
We're doing a separate thing.
Right.
We get to the naughtiness.
Hello, good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Yes, gentlemen, morning.
Morning. Who in your naughty corner this morning?
I want to put the CMO in the naughty corner.
Oh, God.
For overstepping his bounds and giving instructions which he have no authority to do. For preferential treatment for some companies for bringing in medication and drugs into the country.
Gosh, boy, you want to get the Alsing something too? I find we should get the Alsing something too, just for spite.
Two carpet he should get.
Just for spite.
2 bellas.
Let me get foreign news. Foreign news on the inside here. Foreign news have a naughty corner.
Foreign news morning.
Foreign news morning to you. Who's
Morning.
Yes.
I'm going to be greedy. I will do one. I have one on X, but tomorrow I'll do that one. But listen to me. What is the name? What of the fella from the Nursing Association?
Edie Stewart.
Oh, God, Edie Dada Amen. Oh, God. I never hear a man get so much licks yesterday. He had the record so far. So you know what? From now on...
Game tomorrow?
His name is Toby. Remember Toby from Roots?
Yes.
What is your name? Whoosh. Toby. So the next time he come on, Edie, Toby, amen. Call him Toby. Toby.
Toby or not Toby?
Later.
All right, man. Nice, man. So we had 622-4911, 394-4911. Either one of those numbers to the naughty corner. Whoever you have in your naughty corner, you could call and tell us. It could be on any issue. It could be something happening in your house. Maybe your wife. I don't know. Maybe all. I don't know. Maybe
some the pool boy something.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't
know. Maybe your children misbehaving. It could be all kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go. Morning.
Hey, morning.
Morning. Who in your naughty corner this morning?
Yeah, I just want to contribute to the naughty corner.
Go ahead.
I want to give a little tune by Devo with it. I feel you will know that tune.
I know the tune.
Well,
whip it.
The first few words is crack that whip.
Yeah.
That's the tune we had again.
I Devo.
Nice.
Right. So that will be the theme song for that, right? So
all right.
Nice,
man.
Yeah, that boss.
Yes, our boss. I'm gonna get the engineering department something.
Yeah, give me Devo, man. You want Devo?
All you should know that tune.
A whip it.
Hello, good morning. Who's in your naughty corner?
Good morning, Mr. X.
Good morning.
And Stephan. I want to put the photo in the naughty corner here.
Tell me why.
Because all they find the guy from the hospital was getting too much licks and all they end the program too early.
Oh, God! Oh, God! We go take some fame. We go take some blows fame. He's a kind of good guy, you know. Morning. Oh, God, it was too much licks, boy. Even sometime, you know, when a man getting too much licks, he has to intervene before they kill him. Yeah.
Toby, I mean.
Morning.
Hello, good day.
Hey, morning, Mamus Stephan.
Yes, sir.
And X.
Alex.
Yeah,
Mr. X, I want to get some blows.
all right.
Why?
Of a low-key talk show session yesterday afternoon, man. You had to get a little carpet for that.
Nah, I don't see out. It's not my show. Like, not my show. What you want to do?
I know you're going to get in trouble doing this afternoon.
Yeah, boy. Pressure, boy.
So that time, boy, getting licks in the evening now, eh? He getting licks in the morning for what you do in the evening, eh?
Yeah.
All you fix that, eh? Fix that.
Hey, I don't take my lectures.
Don't make me... Listen, we go drag that flag, you know.
Nah, you cool.
We go drag it, you know.
Man make me stay out of issue yesterday.
You serious, boy?
I'm telling you, if I hold out, I good.
You give him something.
Yeah, game guy. Give some licks.
Kingsley owns something.
For having this dunce
that.
KFC
Oh
culture, that's not a
God,
problem
oh
on the
God,
people
oh
program.
God, oh God. Morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning. Who's in the
Morning.
naughty corner?
Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, he in naughty corner this morning.
For
Yeah. You see what he doing? He trying to demonize nurses.
Oh God.
He's not talking about the real ills of the organization,
Oh Lord.
right? And he just trying to disrupt things that could fix with minimal effort, but he's trying to create a big stink.
All right, no problem. I'll give one more. Hello? All right, no problem. Yeah, but Dr. Tim is a gynecologist, you know, so just know.
yeah, don't be telling me, don't be telling me that kind of
Yeah,
just
the
like that.
gynecologist at a gate like that.
Yeah.
Give on his job.
Yeah.
Give on.
The nature of his job. And the goodness of his job. Hey.
Yeah, I just want to know why. You know, men, well, the male anatomy might come in different sizes and all kind of thing, but the female anatomy is a whole different kettle of fish. You know what I mean? It's, yeah, boy. It's
looking like raw meat.
Yeah, boy.
Looking like close-up meat. Looking like all kind of things.
Some well-shaven.
Yeah.
Some look like CPAP in passing months. Morning! Who's in the naughty corner?
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
This morning for Marvin Gonzalez.
Oh gosh.
All right.
We
We'll be
do.
going to a press conference
We do.
and talking about the one the Prime Minister to remove the Minister of Defense.
Oh yes, he
Because,
called for Sturge to get fired.
That thing with the Guerra man. Oh
Yes.
gosh, rescue now.
Nobody not moving away. Nobody not moving
In a
away.
position right there and breathe out all yourself.
Yes, I. Yeah, Marvin
Naughty corner
Gonzalez.
fame.
Yes, man. Thank you. Marvin.
Because you hug up a man, you dealing with something? Come now, man.
Because
come better than
what?
that.
Because
Or you
what?
hug up a man. You hug up Gara. You hug up Gara so that your partner. And then the man will give you money and not gonna do this talk. And the Prime Minister hug up all kind of people over the years. All they study that. All they study that now. Why go on make a cocoa and go in your bed too, eh? You too. All that time.
Morning. Who's in the naughty corner
Of
this morning?
course, like holiday foods.
Like that Marvin had already get it.
Yes.
I called to tell to put him in the naughty corner.
Yes, put him, you can get legs.
Yeah.
I find you should
From
get
3
more legs
million
than this
to
job.
53 million wastewater
Yes.
treatment plant.
Yeah.
Bullet. The
Yes.
red couch, bullet. To put him in the naughty corner.
Yes.
To ask him where Rowley stood on it still.
Oh gosh.
Good night.
Yes, I.
All
All right, don't say good night this morning. Hold that too. Don't get your morning and your nights mixed up. You understand? Marvin didn't know a leak does affect water pressure.
I didn't know.
Gonzalez.
Game of cloud.
No macaroni pie.
Game of
You
cloud too.
understand? Hold that.
Game of cloud too.
Game
Yeah.
of cloud,
And take that Calpep.
And
Take that
too.
Calpep.
Take that too.
Stupid man.
With your gym pants.
Stupid man.
You man are one of the shortest gym pants I've seen over the man.
So that jokers in this place, yeah?
Yeah, no, I lie. This place.
Oh, a real comedy errors.
Classic boy.
A real comedy errors, boy.
I see we have any naughty corner, you know. Well, good morning.
Morning, fellas.
Morning. Who did naughty corner this morning?
You know, this little pin fella, Stuart Young.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Come, give it quickly.
Go ahead.
I'm not putting he in the naughty corner.
Oh,
you know who I want to put in the corner?
Who?
The people them who just have he representing them. Like they're brain dead, they're stupid, they're doted. Something had to be wrong with these people. Them.
Yes,
A man
whip
bringing
them.
thousands of Venezuelans in the country and blaming this government for
the looseness
the
and
crime situation we comment and them close down a Petrotrin and now talking about who going to start it back. Something wrong with the people who following these people, boys. Take care, man. Later. Yeah.
No problem. You're right, you know. Something be wrong with the people that following them.
No,
you know.
but seriously, them expecting
It
all
had to
kind of
be.
thing in 6 and 7 months. Degradation for years. Nobody's studying that.
But hold on, eh? Morning. Who's in the naughty corner?
Yeah, morning.
Yes, I.
On the politicians
Yes.
who engage with so-called criminals.
Oh, gosh.
And after looking like Punch and Pilot,
Uh-huh.
I like didn't think of them. Hit them about
All right.
all them good now.
No problem.
Yeah,
all
but-
they do associate all yourself.
but politicians in general, eh?
Uh-huh.
Politicians in general.
Politician
does that.
and criminal is
They does that in general.
in general, yeah. But I nothing.
That ain't nothing new.
Hold that, man. Hello, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Yes, man. Who in your naughty corner this morning? Go ahead.
I want to put Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley.
Oh, God, again?
For not replying to Anil Roberts in Dollars and Coffee.
Oh, gosh. That's on the red coach? That's the red coach?
Yes, on the red coach.
Passy part.
Red coach.
And passing the parrot and the dog and them. Yeah.
Oh, God. I'll take one for the red coach. That he kind of slap his on the red coach.
Yeah.
Pops!
What they can follow on? What they can follow when they get? Yeah.
That he kind of
lose your balance when they get them kind of when they get them kind of carpet. Lose your balance. Lose your balance and fall.
He just plays money. He just plays a trouble. I don't know, boy. The man say, oh, gosh, boy. Now, Arnold really call him out, eh? Arnold really call him out, eh? He was saying something just before I take that call. But we had about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. We had the play withdraw coming up in 2 minutes. So we go wrap it up there on the naughty corner. He was saying something with the caller that spoke about, he says 6 months. Mm-hmm. And they want me to fix. They want them to
fix all these things in 6 months. How you go about trying to prioritize all these changes?
But they want you to fix the things that they created in 6 months.
They
create the problem over 9.5 years.
But they want you to come in here and fix it in 6 months.
And fix it in 6 months. Come on, now, man.
With what money?
And listen to the PNM listeners, to those who support the PNM to listen to the program. We understand. All right? We understand your position, but we have to be. I mean, come on. You have to be fair. We have to be logical.
No, them don't deal with that.
No?
They don't deal with that. No.
So you telling me that
it's just oppose for opposing sake.
No, but you're telling no.
It's just oppose for opposing sake.
If you are in charge for 9.5 years, okay?
All right.
And over that period, you have a increase in violence, violent crimes. You have
rise in food price. You have a little bit of everything.
Downturn of the economy, everything.
All kind of thing, yeah.
Foreign exchange shortage.
Right.
All of these things, right?
Yeah.
When the government changes after the 9.5 years, because you vote out our government, right? Because obviously they voted out because people didn't like the direction of the country was headed in, right? Whatever the crime, economy, whatever it was.
So you wouldn't get voted out unless you're doing rubbish.
Right. So when they did all of that, you're trying to tell me that we're supposed to come now and believe and buy into the UNC did it? No, I just asking.
Yeah, but they're trying to sell it off with Hilton. They're trying to sell it off with Hilton with that.
Yeah.
Hilton had a contract in 2023. They extended it to 2024. Right?
And Afro
25, 26.
Afro Raymond said that is very rare that a hotel chain will only extend for a year. So it means that there was a breakdown in something at that time at the end of that contract in 2023. It means that if the contract ended in 2023 during the PNM's term and Hilton was only willing to renew for a year, it means that Hilton, based on what took place from 2023 and before, they were already
and gears to move. They're already putting first gear already.
That's right. So don't come and try and sell me dreams. Come. Don't try to sell me that dream. I know plenty
and
of
people buying that rubbish. They're buying that rubbish.
They can't buy that rubbish. That don't make sense.
That this government causing Hilton to move.
No.
Something had to be wrong with them.
I will put out a video on that today because I am telling you, if you're buying that, then you will probably buy the invisible ice cream cone that Conman tried to sell early. You understand what? Or the bottle of air. It means I could sell you a bottle of air if you're buying that. Let me be reasonable and logical here. Right?
Have nothing the government can do.
I send you the thing Afro Raymond had. Right. I wanted your thoughts on that, I wanted to read out that because that speaks to the agreement.
Yeah.
And those types of agreements and how it differs to other agreements.
When we were battling the
hold the thought. We had to get to the play withdraw. Let me see if Andy Williams give all your money today. We could only pray. NLCB tentative draw is up now.
Over by the National Lotteries Control Board. Good luck, everyone.
Good morning. Welcome to the NLCB's 10:30 a.m. draw for Thursday, 26th March 2026. Let's begin with our playway draw.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching. Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community.
Yes, boy. Andy Pickin, boy. I gotta follow him, boy. Now, I'm afraid to follow him. I might blight all you. You know when they jump on, on the thing, yeah, too late. Yeah, the current done gone. Yeah, and then I gotta follow to the me. Tell me my money. All right, so I'll tell you what. I have a release here from the Defense Force. Let me just share it with you. Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force rescues kidnapping victim in decisive maritime interception. Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force played an instrumental role in the successful rescue of kidnapped victim Tara Polaya during a coordinated maritime operation involving the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard and the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment. The operation highlights rapid response capability, operational readiness, and inter-unit coordination of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, demonstrating its continued commitment to protecting the nation's citizens and maintaining safety and security within Trinidad and Tobago's maritime domain. The Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force remains resolute in its mission to support national security efforts and will continue to work closely with law enforcement partners to deter criminal activity and safeguard the nation. Further investigations are being conducted by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Well, it's good to know that, as they put here, It demonstrated, what it said, rapid response capability, operational readiness, and inter-unit coordination. And all we are saying is that is all well and good. We commend you on that in this exercise, but, we would like to see that applied regularly. All right? So if the Defense Force has the capabilities to do such, then let's implement and let me get this thing under control, man. All right. So we are just about, what are we there? 18 minutes? 18 minutes. 18 minutes away from the hour, 11 o'clock. We got 11 o'clock news. I'm sure that Stanley Augustus is going to be here on time to deliver the news. Yeah, he here already. Stanley. He in and he out. He all about. He's busy today. Busy. Fitz, you have him busy, yeah? Anyway. Oh, good.
The man working, man. The man working.
Now on the Hilton issue, I'm gonna let.
Well, I just want to get then some context, right?
Right. Go ahead.
Now, back in the day, myself, Afro Raymond, and a couple of us were very strong on the sandals issue.
Right.
Right. And while prosecuting that issue, we found a number of anomalies. Right. So, Afro started it basically asking, well, what's the terms and conditions of this sandals project that Tobago is about to take on? And that was just before the coup, just before the pandemic, right? And we were contemplating what's actually going on, and he started to put things in the press and so on. And one of the questions that he has asked is, what's the status of sandals coming to Tobago? He went through a whole long set of information that sort of pertain towards the hotels in Trinidad and Tobago and the prospectus and the status of the hotels in Tobago. And one of them was the Hyatt and the Hilton, right? Which we never got the numbers to those two hotels to put it into perspective or to juxtapose that information with sandals coming to Tobago. So he started to ask those questions, and it started to go wrong, the bush and whatever, and they keep dancing him, whatever the case may be. So he decided he's going to take out his own money and go to the court and file a FOIA on sandals because they were not given information because they're saying it's secret and it's this and it's that and all sort of dramas. Right. So he went to the FOIA, and the FOIA, if you know how it works, is 30 days from the day of filing, right? So they waited until the last day or the day before, I think it was. And then Stuart Chung decided he going and hand over the report to the nation.
Right.
And that is how we saw the MOU.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the talks was already progressed. There was a lot of talk about no man's land. There was another talk about the ecosystem. There was a lot of talk about the environment and all these sort of drama and EMA's permit and all sorts of things happening. And while all of that was going on, both saying, well, they were going to be coming with the hotel, you know, right? But we have a MOU in place because they signed that MOU. When we got the MOU now and we started to read it out, and I'm trying to get it from Afra here right now, the MOU had some real kind of erroneous kind of negotiation and an MOU about where you're getting your local produce from, the work permits for the people that come in to work for the hotel, all these different issues, right? Yeah. So that's about 8 issues.
Right.
And then Afra decided, here what's going on. We're going and do a press conference, and he did the press conference the day. When them was done, when that side was already on the high horse, we going with sandals and sandals coming to the island and all kind of talk. And when Afra gave his press conference, he asked simply, can those conditions be renegotiated under that MOU? Right? The next day, Butch was on our platform saying, here what's going on. Too much undue publicity and left.
Yes. I remember that.
And said they're not bringing back sandals again.
Correct.
Because the MOU was, and lawyers would debate that the conditions could have been negotiated and that was as a starting point. But all Afra asked all he asks is that could these concessions be renegotiated before we got into a hotel deal, which was billions of dollars going and spend, and we, the taxpayers' money, was going to spend it.
Right.
And picture something went wrong with Sandals during the COVID
that
period,
COVID-19 period,
and we left with the hole in the bag, for the hotel.
So many vicinity, $8 billion.
Yes, and we left hole in the bag because Sandals has no skin in the game, and everywhere Sandals has gone, there must be a negotiation of some kind for an old hotel they want to bring back, or some area, some hotel they're going to mash down and they want to pop a new one or whatever, right? And every other place they went, they put in hundreds of millions of dollars US into the hotel as skin in the game for the country that they're going in. But here was the only place they're not putting out $1. No. And they come in to build a hotel, not putting out $1. And we were asking at the side.
And grant tax
concessions, that a whole heap of that, and hoping he sent it for me before the show is done.
Nice.
But generally, and we were asking, well, if that is the case, Hilton and Hyatt should produce the numbers, because at that time Hilton was under a triple talk with Marlene and the $6.7 million they was going to spend on the pool and negotiation going, and they were under contract with Hilton at the time, and that contract ended in 2023, right? So we were asking, well, show us the books for Hilton, and for here we are now. How many years now?
3 years later. Well, 2.5 years later, you could say.
2.5 years later.
About that.
We talking about Hilton leaving all of a sudden.
Yeah.
When the contract for 20 years ended
in 2023.
In October 2023.
Yeah.
And extended by 1 year to 2024.
Yeah.
Nice. And you want us to believe that this government
is responsible
because we spent whole of 2025 in election mode. Yeah. Almost the whole of 2025. Right? So it's no negotiation going on there.
Correct.
Right? You come and you end the deal. So you want us to believe that this government causing Hilton to get up and leave. But if you have a bridge to sell here.
But then I think they're trying to milk it and sensationalize it a lot, because according to the government, according to the Minister of Tourism and the Minister of Finance, talks are ongoing. Right? Talks are ongoing. As a matter of fact,
talks supposed to be ongoing. It can't just end up just like that after 20 years. It don't work like that.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, this is what this is what Dave Tanku said, the Minister of Finance, when I messaged him.
Right.
He said that. Right. He said essentially the former government did not spend on improving the hotel as per contract. You have to take that at value, because if you have a contract that ended in 2023 and it was a 20-year contract, okay, and you have this last administration that come in the whole press conference now to cast the blame on the current administration, you have to take into consideration that they were there for 9.5 years, right? So the last 9.5 years was them. And if it has reached a stage where nothing has been done, you have to ask the question, well then, if it reached a stage now, and it's in so much of a deplorable state, what did you do in the 9.5 years? What work did you do? Because you ought to have been doing work gradually to keep Hilton satisfied that something was being done.
Right.
But nothing apparently was going on, and that is why you're in the position that you are today. So he said that the hotel, let's see, they did not spend on improving the hotel as per contract, didn't extend the lease, etc. Now he is saying they didn't extend the lease, because it only had a 1-year extension, right?
Right.
So when this administration came in, we were being asked to spend upwards of $1 billion immediately, or Hilton would leave. The article in the paper spoke to that, right? And then he said, of course, the PNM simultaneously sabotaged the revenue of the country by destroying the BIR, shuttling the economy, and burying out potential under debt. Right? At this time, there are some discussions going on, which the PNM is anxious to compromise simply because they are unpatriotic. But like with everything else, they are seeking to cast blame on the UNC. That is the response that I got from the Minister of Finance 2 days ago.
That sounds fair.
Right?
That sounds fair.
So you have to ask yourself a question. $500 billion spent or more in 9.5 years. You have an agreement with the Hilton where you have certain responsibilities, right? Correct?
Right.
All right. So you have to fulfill certain requirements in that contract that speaks to maintenance and renovation and things like that, right?
Right.
So what Ole was doing, and this is par for the course.
Twiddling the thumbs.
Whether you like it or you don't like it, the PNM is horrible at maintenance. They maintains nothing. Nothing. It is the same thing that happened with. Remember, I could mention Greenvale and all. Remember Greenvale when Greenvale flooded out in right?
Yeah. My house was in that. Yeah,
your house was in that, right?
Yeah.
How high the water was?
7 foot.
7 feet high. You know why? And I came to find out this after the slush gates, the gates that was installed, right?
Yeah.
Because Greenville, those
There are no sluice gates then.
Yes, it had a gate. I was informed of that by the contractor, and the gates was working, but they failed to maintain the. Oh gosh, they did no maintenance on the gates then.
Right.
So when that level of rainfall took place, the gates never opened to let the water out.
Right.
And the water ended up backing up, and that's what has happened.
Oh, okay.
Right? It was in other words, it was lack of proper maintenance of the gates.
Right.
Right? So it goes par for the course. They maintain nothing. And that is why a lot of the things that we see are now falling apart. It's falling apart because they don't maintain anything properly. It is there right in your face. What have they ever maintained?
Not 970 elevators on them.
But this is what I'm telling you.
It's that drama. Every minute they go in and see the elevator out of order.
Maintenance is a big problem for them. Look at all
them. And that's why I told them, I have told some people that when you're building a hospital, right?
Yeah.
You build a hospital up in the air or across now. How you build a hospital?
Across? You wouldn't go up in the air. I don't think so.
So in 2025, why are we building a hospital 9 floors up in the air?
Yeah, the new wing by the Northwest.
But even common sense go tell you, right? Now plenty people tell me that it's a hospital that built up in the air, but most hospitals that I know,
that high up.
Most of the hospitals that I know are across the board, right?
Not 9 and 10 and 11 floors
but most will be about 3 stories, right?
Yeah.
And you
then
with
you
the
go
patients,
across.
right? But we are so horrible with one thing, which is maintaining elevators in public buildings. We are almost sure that elevators don't last in public. They're always servicing it. Every minute it'll be out of order. And we go on and build a hospital with about 9 or 10 floors up in the air for people to go
that
up.
That don't make sense.
And I
logic
why
tells
are we
you
even
that.
building a hospital like that? You know,
But
in
logic
2025,
tells you
you know
that.
what I mean?
In the event you have somebody with an emergency, what are you gonna do? Press 11?
Why something wrong with them, yes?
No, serious. I mean, everybody was watching that wing and saying, oh, and thing. And then they come and they cut ribbon and say they open it, and then David Duckett expose it that nothing was finished. It still had to be outfitted and it still had work to be done. In terms of that new wing. And I was watching the structure and I was like,
wait, now Shamfa Kojo signed this agreement?
But why? I was watching the structure and I was like,
is she signed the agreement
why
with
you going up
Sandals?
so high with that? Huh?
Is she signed the agreement with Sandals? I'm not watching that there.
Is Shamfa signed the agreement?
Shamfa signed the agreement.
Oh, God.
Under the government that shit. That
the same one who didn't know how to put on Wi-Fi?
Yes,
well,
yes.
That's why.
That's
why.
And some real weird concessions. They sign into real mad thing, you know. All kind of tax concessions and all kind of mad thing they sign into.
Well, nobody lives there.
And telling me what these are MOU. But you always go there. Look, and always trying to defend them, trying to defend
people,
that, you know.
Listen, we have to be logical, Trent. I know some only want to be dedicated to your party, but you have to put party aside. Look at the issue for what it is. And then you have to think. That is what we ask you to do, right? Think about it. Okay? Think about what makes sense and what does not make sense. You dig where I'm coming from? All right, in other words, with the Hilton issue, right? Okay. If I am a landlord and I rent a house to X, And X live in the house for 10 years. Good? And then I come and rent the house. You leave. You want to leave, right? And I want to rent the house to Stanley. Good? And Stanley coming in. But the house in a deplorable state. Who am I to blame for that? Stanley who now come in the house? Or X who... You understand? Who takes the blame? Or me as the landlord for not maintaining the property during the period of time that X would have been staying there? Because I am the one that had to maintain the property, right?
Right.
So if the property is in a deplorable state and Stanley come and say, but wait now, I can't pay $6,000 rent for this. I can't blame Stanley and I can't blame X. I can't say, well, it's X's fault.
Right.
It's my job to maintain the property. So over the 10 years that X was living there, I should have fixed the flooring. I should have improved on the roofing, the ceiling, wherever the case might be. I should have do some work in the yard. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is on me as the landlord. Who was in charge?
Make sure the place is habitable. And when you're leaving, you're supposed to paint your walls and wherever and get your place in.
So let me don't play smart with foolishness like they like to play smart with foolishness now. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I keep saying. I have nothing against if the opposition says something that is worthy and it makes sense and they bring an important issue to the fore, I have no problem giving them credit for pointing it out. I will say, yeah, boy, they're making sense. But it had to make sense. If you understand what I'm saying, X.
Right.
I can't sit down here and then say, yay, and give you credit for talking nonsense. You had to bring some kind of logic, something logical, boy, something that makes sense to the table, boy. Something that I could say, well, yeah, boy, I could see why they take this position. You understand what I'm saying? But I can't sit down here.
You could imagine we take on that $8 billion money from Sandals.
That would have been a catastrophe.
And left hole in that bag. During the pandemic.
That was
madness.
That was madness.
And what is happening with Hilton is a perfect example of what could have happened with Sandals.
But that's we now say. That's we now say.
And then you left.
And you left for the bag.
Yeah, you left for the whole bag.
So I mean, come on, man. They want to call press conference and all kind of thing and talk up. You imagine them all at press conference still talking about the radar? They talk about that too yesterday, not the radar.
Them now spend 100 and something million US
God, come
in one of them country. I think it's in Grenada or St.
We're gonna take your calls after the 11 o'clock news, people.
To get the skin in the game. You must put skin in the game. You can't just come in just so and get $8 billion just so.
Yeah.
So it does work.
Yeah.
I'm all easier for that now.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, look. Ole, look now. And then I just sit down now and I
Get them a cloud for that. Get them a cloud for that.
God, boy,
get them a cloud for that.
Really in the segment,
get them a cloud for that. Get them a cloud. Get them a cloud. Gotta get a cloud.
That's all. I'm gonna take off the background music.
Good carpet.
I'm taking off the background music and
what background music?
Yeah. Had to get a cloud.
Well, it was low in the background.
But had to get a cloud for that. Some good carpet. Off balance and fall over now.
Yeah, but for Imbot, you hold that. Yeah. You got the big one. You got the big sword. All right. Yeah. But let me be real.
But I would say though on that topic, I really do hope that this iteration of really looks at inviting Sandals to Tobago. I think it'll be great for the island. I really do.
Yeah, under a realistic deal.
Exactly. Exactly.
They have to put some skin in the game. Yeah. As they put in every other country, they have to put some skin in the game.
Yeah, because where else in the world did Sandals have a model like that?
Yeah.
Nowhere. Correct. To cough up that money and build the I've never heard of such a thing.
Leave it. Leave it to the
PNA. That was a good deal. They're telling you that we spoil the deal. Our friend, we spoil the deal.
Some people thought they can just bark at you and then you'll just accept it.
Exactly.
No,
It doesn't work like that, man.
It works so.
One of the viewers saying, listen, we way ahead of here. All right. I think it's Listra is her name.
Yeah.
She say, I love the Naughty Corner segment, but you need an applause segment. We have an applause segment. It's on Fridays. It's called On a Positive Note.
There you go.
All right. So don't worry. But you now remind me that I need an applause. We need an applause effect. So I'll talk to the guys in.
My God, no.
No. I'll just let them bring it. I'll just let them send it over. We just need a little. I probably have one on the system already, you know. So we'll just pull one. But I really need that.
The fellas used it yesterday.
They used it yesterday.
All
right, nice man.
Evening program.
Now but we have a segment called On a Positive Note, which highlights positive things. So any positive thing going on in the community, any positive person doing anything, whether it's in public space, private space, wherever. even your children who taking SEA today. Good luck to all the SEA students.
Good luck to all of you all, and
yeah.
all of you like it at all.
Yeah, but let me don't get into that. That conversation has go wrong and reach
I
nowhere.
just want to thank them for the traffic break. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we're glad. Yeah, we're glad we're learning how to go to school, boy. So here comes Mr. Stanley Augustus with your 11 o'clock news, and we will continue and we'll take your calls in the all the way up to noon.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Stanley Augustus, and this is your TTT News Update. Making the news at this time, 73-year-old businesswoman Tara Polaya, who was abducted from her home in San Juan on Wednesday night, was safely rescued within hours following a multi-agency operation. This was confirmed by Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice. is here with voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
TNTech wants you to fly safe. While enjoying this kite flying season, remember, kites touching power lines can cause power outages. You could also be electrocuted. For safe kite flying, fly kites in open fields, away from streets, highways, power lines, electrical installations, and equipment. Use dry string, never wire. Don't remove kites that are entangled on poles or power lines. Don't fly kites in wet weather. Wet strings conduct electricity. TNTech, the power
TTT News,
make it work.
every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Come on, baby. Come groove with me.
One of the, if not the baddest intros to a soca tune ever.
Yeah.
Real Starboy flick, you know. And it's a remix, eh?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. It is a remix version. I pulled the wrong version, but I not. Now, but that's one of the baddest intros ever.
And he come out in the big body suit with the big body.
I like that tune. Intro wise, it win. Yeah, that. But we get back to the conversation.
Yeah. So
we gotta get back to the conversation.
So basically, this government cannot be held accountable for that Hilton thing. So anybody that in their head, put that out your head. That is rubbish. The talks have to continue. It had to advance at different stage. But what I call me with and them with this stupid self kind of confuse you. Nice. It's really easy to understand. 2023 was the 20-year mark where the hotel wanted to leave. Well, the hotel contract was done, and then they extended it to 2024, so they get 2024, 25, we was in election mode, and 2026 now, all of a sudden now you pop up like toast that we holding all your back from look, only easier for that. Only going to some kind of talks with the minister say, Stephan, they're going to some kind of talks.
Yeah, they're having discussions. They said there are some discussions going on. But PNM trying to compromise the discussions.
I'm trying to make it look like they didn't want to spend no money. What the bacchanal with Marlene and them and spending money on that? The $7.6 million where they spend on the pool and where look all the rest of that.
Let me take some calls. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Mr. X and His Excellency. I hear all their share slang over one thing on the program. I'm afraid,
You what? Come again?
You heard what? You heard what?
Look at my story.
Go ahead.
Sandals. Mr. X, let me tell you something. I checked with JFK International Airport. There was no one there clamoring to come to Tobago. I checked with Miami International. The very same thing. Over here, the largest airport in the U.S. is Atlanta. Nobody clamoring at any helicopter saying, give a flight to Tobago. No. The point I want to make to you is that we are not getting people to come to Tobago, no. We're begging them to come. And the advent of sandals on the landscape in Tobago would have been a fillip, not Alexander yet, would have been a fillip to start a catalyst to have more hotels built by private individuals and expose Tobago as it should be as a beautiful tourism destination in the Caribbean Sea.
All right.
If I had to build the first plant in order to have persons coming to Tobago by thousands, because I suspect a standard of that capacity would have been at least 200,000 persons for the year. And if I had to build a plant in order to welcome them to this pristine, beautiful island, they call it Cusco Island, all of that, and to start this tourism trust in Tobago, I think it would have been a good investment.
$8 billion,
so all
right?
of this tralala about the building hotels,
Hold on. It's not a monologue. How much time I go tell you that? It's a dialogue.
I'm afraid you're going to go ahead.
It's a dialogue. Oh, God.
Go ahead, X. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is, are you happy with the money that we were going to put out for Sandals Tobago? Are you happy with that spend?
Oh, yeah, I was happy with the investment. I knew of the investment quite intimately because I was there when the political leader was speaking about it and everything to be done.
All right. And were you happy with the MOU that was signed prior to getting involved with Sandals?
I want to tell you this. I wasn't aware of the details of the MOU. But I do know that if you are getting into venture with a conglomerate, there ought to be some form of basis under which you start.
All right, and all we ask is that can this arrangement be renegotiated? Because the terms and conditions that was spelled out was not in our best interest.
And that is where I want to stop you. Once the standards were going to use the plant and they were going to be bringing people to Tobago, even if they didn't have to pay any taxes, there would have been benefits. We would have persons employed there. Initially, our contractors
you
would
said
have built the plant.
no, Eric. Did you read the MOU?
Read the MOU?
Yes. Have you read the MOU?
Next time I call back, I will find it and I will tell you exactly what I think about the details of it.
But then we can talk after that. We can't talk before that.
Yeah,
because
but
clearly you don't understand certain
Let me
things.
just close by saying, if you want to get into the tourism trust in Trinidad and Tobago, in particular in Tobago, you can't build a mini-mart. You have to build a Walmart.
And nobody's saying no. Nobody's saying no. Nobody's saying no to that.
We agree with
but
that.
why we must be left with the entire bag? They have invested in every other island that they have a hotel chain.
No other island.
All the island, they will come in here for free with us holding the bag.
There is no one that I know, no airport in the world where people are begging to come to Tobago. We are begging them to come.
That's a red herring, buddy. That's a red herring. You know that.
Okay, good.
You know that very well, that's a red herring. All right, but when you read the MOU, you come back and talk to me now.
Right, no problem. Read the MOU and come back. And that was I was gonna add that to the discussion. While you might be satisfied with that, there is no other island in the Caribbean that I know of, off the top of my head, that gave Sandals that kind of deal.
No others.
None. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good day.
So if you're talking about attracting
good morning,
tourists,
gentlemen.
Yes, good morning.
I don't tell Eric on different programs if he want our sandals, go in a shoe store and purchase one.
Oh God, come now, man.
Because in Indian term, he only ratting. I mean, repeating the same thing over and over.
In honesty, he had some valid points in there.
Well, nobody's stopping him from valid points.
No, I'm saying he had a few valid points in there.
If you read the MOU,
but those valid points was based on limited information.
Well, that's what I
said.
Because
he didn't read the MOU.
Yeah.
Them kind of mad thing with concession, with tax concession, with people who come in and 500 permits for people who could just come in the country. How can I mad thing?
With the Prime Minister of the day when they talk about sandals, but after that, like the trim in the bamboo, they say, all right, you stand up one side. You understand?
All right.
Go in Payless and buy sandals.
Marvelous Marvin.
Yeah, man.
Marvelous Marvin. The radar come, he gone. You still want to know about it? That fella's ridiculous.
Oh, God.
And I have to, again, gentlemen, I have to give the Speaker of the House credit. The way he does drill them people in the parliamentary subcommittees is like in a courtroom. So that we local Judge Judy.
Nah, he good.
Yeah, but nothing comes out of it.
Yeah, well, that's
yeah,
the
we
whole
hope-
thing. That's the whole thing.
Nothing comes out of it. Nothing comes
Last night
out
we
of
had the
it.
kidnapping of a lady, right?
Right.
Yep.
And I feel them fellas, they've got to catch them in the act. Them fellas said they give no trial. Put them in the middle of Woodford Square and hang them hard.
And let it fly. I say so.
All right,
They
thanks a lot.
try.
Yeah,
Thanks a
man.
lot, caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but generally, we have a voice note. They nobody they play this from.
That's all. I'm gonna take this call. Morning.
Morning again,
Calls early
gentlemen.
for you. All right. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You see, it come back again to what I was saying. You can't vex with people like Stuart Young and them. Jim Jones carry a set of people in the bush in Guyana and kill all of them because them went to find God over there. They couldn't find God nowhere else in the world where comfortable and mosquito were biting and things. Them gone in the forest in Guyana to find God. And then he kill all of them.
To drink poison.
Yeah, we have people following Stuart Young and worshipping them and saying these my leaders, Rowley, Marva and Penelope and them. Them spend 9 years in government and run this country to the brink of disaster. And in 6 months, them have now all the
Answers.
the,
All the
the
answers.
solutions to
Yeah.
fix the country. So, you see, if people understand how relevant the opposition is, I mean the PNM government, they need to remain in opposition forever because them have all the answers. Stuart Young say that out here what? He responsible for all the new deals
negotiation.
that Shell and all them oil company coming.
ExxonMobil,
Okay,
everybody.
he set the groundwork.
Aye.
So the crime and the kidnapping that take place now, where he bringing all the Venezuelan them, how we are taking credit for that? And he and Rowley bringing all these people them.
Oh,
So we having kidnapping, we having the Spanish and them running amok in the country now. He want to take credit for bringing in these people them. So let me tell you something with, and everybody know this who travel and thing. The main foreign exchange that comes into any Caribbean countries is through cruise ship.
Yep.
Yes,
yep,
yes,
yep,
yes, yes,
yep.
yes, yes.
And I have a
You
plan
could
for
fly
that.
plane up and down. It does not bring the revenue, tourism,
Cruise ship,
that
yeah.
cruise ship thing.
And I have a
The
plan and they
problem
reject
with
it.
Tobago,
Yeah?
Yeah.
the problem with
I
Tobago
didn't say
is
that, I
that
said
they
that
don't have
Yeah, that's true.
a port to accommodate cruise ship.
Yeah. I was
Two
going to do
pirog-
it I was going to do it down in Shagrama side there by Tembledora. Tembledora will be the welcoming hub. And we have
Yeah.
parties.
I wanted to talk to-
Yeah. I had a whole thing to revive that whole peninsula. Don't take extend any boardwalk and all. But they
Yeah.
sit down in the morning. They sit down in the morning.
Every Caribbean island you go through,
Okay, buddy,
it
that's
have
so bad.
you see like 5,
The pump
6
coming over the world, over it.
big cruise liner park up.
Yeah. We have
When you
low
see, you
sulfur
want to know
diesel.
if it's only white people that have in these islands.
We have NGC, we have low sulfur diesel, we have all these things that the ships and them want.
Yeah.
We have all these things that them
Exactly.
ships and them want. $2
So,
billion in the first
and-
year.
What these people them don't understand with sandals, everything about sandal is a franchise that they bring in. They don't go and pick okra and baigan and thing from the local market and cook in sandals, you know.
No, that's true. It's like that, yeah.
Them bringing them.
They have them
concession, them bringing the
personal
Bringing their own thing,
cargo
everything,
that
yeah.
bring in every single thing. They have a brand name to upkeep, you know.
Yeah.
You feel them could go in the market and say, hey, give me 10 pound of pork and
Nah, you ain't getting that. And dashing and all
100 pound of beef.
Yeah, you ain't getting that.
All that is imported.
That's
the
right.
only thing they use from the local is them people with the white shirt and the black tie and say, can I help you, sir? So these were these
If you're
people have to
lucky.
understand.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
lucky,
So
they might
travel
use some of them.
and then they come and talk their nonsense so that we talking.
Them talking about.
And Stuart Young,
Yeah.
I want to be like you and I dead and come back. Have a good morning,
Yeah, man,
gentlemen.
no problem. Lord Father,
Yeah.
yeah. I tell you. Oh God,
play
oh God, right. That's all. I'll get to it. I'll
Right.
get to it. Morning.
Morning, X, and morning, Stephan.
Yeah, man.
Let me use this opportunity to congratulate the police for that rescue of that landlady in Aranguez.
We know something's working.
Right. But more importantly, recently they launched the entry and exit for people leaving the country and coming back. I wonder if that was used by these 8 kidnappers that was taking the lady outside. That is one question. The other one, we could have dealt with it in a totally different thing, is to get hold of the young lady, the rescuer, and bring her on a boat and leave the boat outside with the 9 or the 8 people on that boat, and just communicate with Trump and tell him finish it.
All right.
Use
all right, caller.
upon them.
All right, okay.
Go on, have a nice
all right,
No problem. All the whole time straight here. Let me just read a couple messages here. Mr. X, I'm older than you, and the 49-year-old pal there. Lord, but my name is Stephan. Eh? You're lucky I'm reading you're lucky I'm reading your message, 49-year-old pal. Anyway, he says, since I was a little boy watching Face of the Nation on TTT hosted by Neil Giuseppe, with my now deceased dad, and all the same issues since the 70s are still prevalent. Talking about unemployment, those days was Jude, diversification away from oil, same issues over and over. And then he went on to say that Eric calls other stations and make useless points regarding example Hilton. Eric didn't read the MOU that Afra warned us about. He wants to say the PNM had a good deal. How the hell he could defend what he didn't read?
I said that damn shit, but it'll be all that.
No, never get to one of nobody thing there. Is that the first one?
Yeah. Don't need to
All right.
Change it.
But them people in them head harder. All they stop calling the phone, man.
Proof. As an example.
Stop calling the bloody phone 351. What going on with you?
Just hit not now. That's it not now. Right.
As to how we need to set up the rest of our national security apparatus to be able to deal with these situations in the future. We'll never know exactly what played off. Operationally, some things are going to be kept from you, and that's
He's talking
fine.
about the kidnapping lady.
Yeah. But as X said, I wrote a piece back in 2019-ish where I compared the current assets back then, of the Coast Guard and the mission. In these things, you always have to go from the point of the mission. Mission will decide the assets, will decide the tactics. And if indeed the mission is to secure the coastline, because that's what saved this woman. If indeed the mission is to secure the coastline, then you need a large fleet of smaller vessels to patrol close to the coastline. You don't need 3 large OPVs. That makes no sense. 3 OPVs cannot patrol 6 coastlines. However, 12. The Damon purchase was 12 vessels. Can do it. And when you add it to the 6 30-meter hostiles that we had as well, even better. Right? So that's the mission. We had the weapons. The partnership bought those weapons, those patrol vessels. But what were the tactics employed? They were parked up. Nonsense, idiots.
Just leave it down in Stobbles Way. That's
right? And that is the concept that should go forward
Is that a turbo in
in
gas?
dealing with situations like this as a deterrence. If you want peace, prepare for war. War on our scale, deterrence on our scale, is demonstrating to anyone who would want to do something like that. Those fellas thought they could get away with it. That's why they did it.
Correct.
Right? You need to present enough deterrence to an activity like that. When I wrote that piece in 2019, the only recommendation I made, because my position was we have everything we need except one thing. We need 6 unmanned aerial vehicles.
Yep.
that are capable of patrolling around 24 hours at a time.
The drone
That means you can have two airborne, one mainly over Trinidad, one mainly over Tobago. Those things with their cameras can read a number plate from thousands of feet up and miles away. So in that case we had that yesterday, from the time it was announced, white wagon, Arangwes, kidnapping, that thing would have pointed its eye directly in that direction and been able to see, start to track. And while it's racing to the spot, being able to track all the white wagons and say, okay, who behaving strange? Right?
Right.
It's suggested that cameras were used.
We have
the
it.
best camera in these situations is the one that's airborne, because you can see everything.
I have spoken about that for years.
That's what the Americans did with the Venezuelan drug boats, right? For they know they may still be doing it and helping us in this case. But the point is, if you're going to spend any money on any assets again, it will be aerial drones. And this morning, what we hear in the newspaper, drone pilots looking for drone pilots. I hope that's what the direction they're going in.
Well, I hope so. they didn't.
But it's a test case for how we need to approach this sort of situation. Besides being able to catch the people by having things in place, we need to present enough deterrence as well. Right? It needs to be known as well that, hey, if you try this again, I mean, these got caught.
You'll get caught.
Right?
Yeah.
You will get catch too.
Consequences.
Yep.
Not just consequences,
Well,
but swift.
So the reason why
But
these
I wanna
two
just
experts
one on one
burn out this morning
But swift
is because
action,
you're media.
swift justice.
And media is supposed to be a body of oversight, right? The fourth estate. Oversight over the country in general, but in particular oversight over the government, what the government is doing. The problem is, as auditors, you're doing the work of the government. And like any system, any company, if the auditors are doing the work, the system collapses, right? The function you all are doing here on radio, and that's why I'm calling this station the people's partner, people's parliament, is you are doing the function of parliament. The function of parliament is oversight, right? A certain stage of oversight. The legislature is supposed to be where people ask questions, what's going right, what's going wrong, what's this going on here, what's that going on there, of the executive, right? Because, again, like any company, you have different levels of oversight. And the parliament is supposed to be kind of the ultimate body of oversight over the government's activity, meaning the executive. And the media is supposed to be a watchdog over all of that. But you all are jumping in at the level, basically at the level of the parliament and doing the parliament's work. And the reason for that is our parliament is not
representative
currently constituted
to represent everybody,
to serve the function of oversight. It is not collaborative to conduct oversight. It is adversarial for partisan political reasons. And that's by design. Westminster is deliberately adversarial. Two sides duking it out, 8 sword lengths apart. Right?
Yeah.
But this is what I've been suggesting for a long time. We need constitutional reform to make the parliament fit for purpose, to conduct oversight. And that oversight should not come from just, again, 2 political parties. It will become adversarial, one against the next. The best model for collaborative oversight is several interest groups in the parliament that are experts in their own field and know all that's going right and all that's going wrong, that form the core of a country. So you think of the main functions, the main jobs in this country. People in transport, people in food, people in health, people, right? You need all these groups represented there to be able to identify, hey, something's wrong here, and conduct proper oversight, ask a question of the people carrying out the job, the executive.
Yeah.
That is the reform constitutionally we need, so that poor you, the two of you there in the studio, wouldn't have to be doing it out here on the radio. The parliament will now be doing its job.
We want the parliament. You want the MP money.
We want to raise.
Well, pay me that salary.
Yeah, pay me that salary.
We taking that, nobody. Nobody be taking that, straight to the bank.
Straight to the bank.
I'm telling you, we doing it for less money, boy. X what we doing, boy.
Yeah,
we doing it for less money, boy. St. Nancy's, all you could have vote the man in. All you could have vote. But you didn't listen to St. Nancy's?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, God, all you could have get the man the vote, boy. Look what they're stuck with now.
Yeah.
I hear style specialist.
Yeah.
I hear dresser. Gatsby Dolly. That's what they're stuck with now.
That's what I love. I love that. I love the pot scrape thing.
I'm telling you, morning.
Morning, Stephan. Morning, Mr. X.
Yeah.
Morning to you.
Since yesterday, trying to get in the program.
You're inside.
And X. Just now, I didn't know you was going and play nobody because I was calling. So me no stupidity.
Okay.
Right? Anyhow, my concern is this station is a powerful station and you know X where we stand for and I stand up straight. This morning I raised the topic on the ground report and as I raised the topic, a woman calling with her daughter bleeding and talking about where a friend went through. And I figure if we, as citizens of the country, want to see the betterment of the country, I think these programs is where we should use, like you and Stephan, ground report and these things to air the view of the problem. Here, my contribution this morning.
That is what we're here for.
It didn't take you no 6 months, no 10 years, and no 40 years. But X, you born and grow up here, whether you travel. Stephan, you born and grow up here. All of we born and grow up here, and now we're going on years. We had about how much prime minister, how much president, everybody know we're going on. You see these doctors and them, that what having the private office and still shareholders in the private hospital. And when people go for appointments for serious things, they gain your appointment for next year, 8 months, 10 months, hoping you're dead before you come back. If you don't have the money to pay them private. This is something I am appealing for. It didn't have to take no 10 years. Just as how they realized people were driving reckless and they're killing people on the road and they bring a law one time where everybody's frightened to drive and everybody keeping in line. Record coming, everybody doing everything in line. I figure we should get something in place with Tim Gopi Singh. He know. I bumped him up already in 2 private hospitals and he know. All of them know. Either them doctors and them, God give them a position that they get a degree. Either they work in private or they work in government. If they can't work with the government, let me get people to work with the government. We can't be, you can't be telling me when I come to you in the private hospital, 20-something thousand and 30-something thousand. But when I go in the government hospital, use the same doctor doing a day too. You understand? As a citizen of the country, I don't know where it is, where we have to go. And I am appealing to the relevant authority because all the people who in office now in government, all who was in PNM, all who was in now, all who was in everybody know the problem we have in the health system. And you see this thing where I'm glad they saved the woman, but they try and remember in both son lost the phone and they get back quick. So they always had a good detection, but they have a detection for certain things, which they work in good. And as Stephan said this morning, Mr. Abraham call him and tell him certain things, and he will like to get a squad. But then what happened to Gill and Boyce and them squad? It always had it. But who matching it up and who creating it? But it's the thing, the deceitfulness, the wickedness, the greed and the corruption is we carrying this country down the road. America can't help you right now because America won't help. Only have a good day, brother.
All right, cool.
All right, no problem.
We want Johnny Abraham and our bad squad. We want Johnny Abraham and our bad squad. Everyone. A Django squad.
Johnny and our bad squad.
Yeah, he's the senior superintendent and he have about a couple sergeants below him and corporals and thing. Who real bad. They're in full regalia, masked down and ready to work.
Give Johnny a bad man squad and let him go.
Give him all the technology. Just dump the technology on him.
And let him do the thing.
And let him just tell the corporal, hey corporal, Go up and check them out with that drone there.
No.
999.
I'll
check them out.
I'm checking for something here.
Where is that?
Somebody sent us a post.
Yeah.
But I'm checking to see if it is current. So I'm just scrolling
It's
through Ian
Samsung?
Allen page.
Yeah, that current.
No, not with Samsung, not with certified.
Which one?
With the US and some. What is sent
But
here?
that too much false information outside.
What
there.
is
Too
sent?
much.
What is sent? No, I'm about checking Ian Allen page first. Right, that's hold on, caller.
Right, give me a
Right,
rest.
that's
Give me a
on.
rest to that.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm not seeing any post. You see, I went to check it before I read it. Right. It was. You see, I reached 19 hours ago and I haven't seen it posted. So what the post says, it coming from a graphic that from Ian Allen's it appears to be Ian Allen's Facebook page. He has everything with the kidnapping victim, situation in Maloney. Yeah, all kind of thing on the page. The release that I just read out from the Defense Force is there. Up to an hour ago, police officer killed. That they found the cat. Everything is there, but I am not seeing what this person sent us. So that is why I haven't read your post. But what the post said is what it said is what the post said. Okay. Is what 4 more killed at sea. U.S. military carries out lethal strike on suspected narco-trafficking vessel in the Caribbean. United States Southern Command has confirmed that a joint task force, Southern Caribbean, Southern Spear, carried out a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel believed to be operated by designated terrorist organizations.
That's what talk, man.
So this is what is coming in, and they're telling me what it's saying is that the U.S. still operating. Guys, check this out. It's still around 4 more killed. But I am not seeing that. When you go to Ian Allen's page,
You can't tap with them by those.
No, that's why I went to the page first.
You're gonna be checking everything when you're
that
reading something.
first.
But the amount of things I seen on Iran and China and Russia and come now, man, that brick war that's going on there.
Wherever you get that post from, if it's a screenshot that somebody shared on social media, it is not matching up to what is posted on Ian Allen's page. It is nowhere on the page. I've seen it nowhere. Nowhere. None. Nowhere.
All them other presidents engage in some kind of war or some kind of despotic leader or some kind of thing. And this war is a bricks war. Whether they like it or not, this is a bricks war going on here. And we'll see it play out in the fullness of time. Cause I'm not going through that with them.
Papa, you want me really certified something or?
No. You get a big play under PNM too. You get a play under UNC. You well connected.
Well, you had to be either that or
Thing nice.
Well, yeah. I mean,
he's a young entrepreneur and he liking himself.
Well, he liking himself, but
he had a watch you see the real players in the entrepreneur game.
Yeah.
You start to get them a play because them don't stand on nobody.
Talking about that.
Them just get nice play.
Did you read
and work their way up?
But did you catch what just as you're on that entrepreneur thing now? Did you read what Dominic Hadid said? Okay. It's in the paper this one. It's interesting read. As we're talking about entrepreneurs, right? Hold on, we're coming back. Blue Water's owner Dominic Hadid put government ministers under fire yesterday when he said that the government gets 30% of what business owners make without doing or investing anything. He went on to say he made the comment while questioning the ministers of finance, planning, economic affairs and development, and trade, investment and tourism at the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association leadership discussions and networking event at the Hyatt Regency Port of Spain. Right now, the room erupted into applause after his statement. Hadid continued, "I would not talk like this if I didn't think you guys could do something. But if I were you guys, and you know which of us pays taxes, you know who generates more. Just sit with the business owners and say, hey, how can I help you make more money?" End quote. Because when you add taxes on this and that, and you don't give VAT, value-added tax refunds, you think you're making more money, but you are not. He said there were other ways to make money from these companies, adding that excise taxes on tobacco increased by 100%, resulting in less revenue to the government from that company, but not less smoking. You all have increased the cigarette tax by 100%. Just to let you know, we in the cigarette business, business and sales have cut in half. Sales have cut in half. you are not making any more money from us. And I will tell you, people are not smoking less. They are smuggling in these things. This country sells 1.2 billion a year in cigarettes. All of those cigarettes fit into 2 40-foot containers a week. They could smuggle that in, and you will get nothing, he said. Right? Hadid continued that the more taxes you put up, and because our borders are porous, the more revenue you are losing. Sit with us. We are willing to work with you all. What do you think about that?
Boy, it have some enterprises that, because they get government concessions, is how they survive.
Right.
And have some of them, they are propped up by illicit activities in their game.
Right.
Right. So you see that entrepreneur talk with them, they want to be selling you.
Yeah.
But they did it fair and square and all kind of do this stuff. The concessions that they get from government is what does make them flourish in a lot of instances.
Right.
Because they don't have to work hard for it.
Right.
Right? So I don't really respect them too tough. You know what I mean? Because I have plenty of entrepreneurs out here that just fighting and making it on their own, one by one. They just fall in the basket one by one, and they have discipline. You understand?
Yeah.
So them is no shining example for me. You understand? And what has vexed me is that some governments, they doesn't see the black people in them fighting to get businesses off the ground.
Yeah.
And they looking for more. But as soon as them looking for more, them wrong.
Yeah.
But if another race come in and looking for more, they're willing to hand it over.
Yeah.
So all them kind of BS what they'll be selling me, those
Well-
sell me them kind of shippiness.
Well, Planning Economic Affairs and Development Minister Kenny Swarat Singh described his observations as fair, but said with the 6 cents earned off every dollar, government has to fulfill social responsibilities such as road paving and hiring teachers, among other tasks. There are a lot of social responsibilities that the government has that will continue to require to create that dynamism in order to continue to provide the services that we provide. Surat Singh said in the last 2 years, government would have spent billions on national security. Crime rates going up. That is one of the reasons why, when it comes to increasing vigilance at the ports, we have to balance that with an increase in crime such as importations of guns and so on, and increased services. The types of efficiencies we want to move to will require increased investment, new investments and additional investments, he said. Surat Singh said when you look at government expenses and the level of investments acquired, it explains the bigger engagement to the private sector. Responding to that, Hadid said that the business sector was happy to invest, but argued there was no need for more diversification.
Look at another thing. When I started TTRS, right? It was about 4 of us. And we ended up to about 10 of us.
God, but every time you talk about that, you just get me sick.
Yeah.
Why you just get me sick so you sell off your shares early, boy?
Yeah.
Or they don't like $1 million status, boy.
Yeah, amongst my
They didn't want to be a millionaire.
Amongst my head.
Oh, God, go ahead.
Who say I ain't know? But you know,
What? Where you said that?
Generally.
Where you said that?
Generally, you know, when we started, we didn't want to rock the boat with it being an illegal talk kind of thing, right? But it's one of the biggest companies in Trinidad and Tobago, very silent and under law, right? From transporting people to all over the country in a safe and efficient manner. Give or take the little robberies here and there and wherever the case may be. And still, they won't take a second to study, hey, ride sharing has become the new norm around the world.
Yes.
Till in Chicago
Uber,
and those areas, they have way more. Where cars driving by themselves.
Yes, that's true.
And driving people to different destinations.
Correct.
And nobody won't sit down with the TTRS people, with the ride sharing people who introduced ride sharing into this country after Uber busted and gone. Right? A local company. I myself, I was one of the founders. Right? I found the formula for making money in this country under law.
Yeah.
And transporting people to different destinations across this country on a regular basis, every minute of the day. But nobody in government is sitting down to study, especially the Transport Commissioner and people of those ilk, right, are studying, hey, you know, we need to call these people and them around the table
And have a discussion.
And see how we could integrate and update our laws to suit ride sharing. Because we have a problem with PH, we have a problem with H cars, but we also have ride sharing that going on all over this country every day.
Every day.
And nobody is seeing it fit
to have the
call in them
conversation.
and say what they're going on. What is all your formula? Where's all your meat? Where's all your claim to fame? How all it get so big? And it's $1 million company now. Millions of dollars.
I'm gonna take
Easy.
I'm gonna take this one quick. Oh God, I missed that one. I'll just take about 2 calls before. Matter of fact, let me just take the break quick. Let me take the break quick, and we'll come back and take a few calls before we wrap up this morning. All right?
The winning numbers in the National Lottery.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on. I forget to put back on my headphones, but I thought, you know what I mean? Anyway, 6224911, 6224911. We're going to take a few calls here. I'm going to take this one. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
man.
Good morning, Mr. X.
Yeah, man.
Good day.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, God. You hear my voice coming? I'm frustrated. Always get me frustrated, boy.
Oh, God, well, go and get a friend or something,
I'm trying to call you this later, but you don't now decide or you want to answer my phone.
Oh, God, we don't go through that. We don't go through that. We tell you that the other day.
I know you're talking the thing so good.
Well, all right. Well, make your comment, land the plane.
Or you're talking all by when Dr. Nobody bringing good conversation for me to just come in right after and Lego a shot because the fact remains that because the fact remains that the poor people is being left. The poor people, yes, I know. The poor people is being left out from the parliament. And this is what I've been telling we all the time. We cannot be only blabbering with mouth on the streets. You and both of you all are part of the who on the street. And all you have the kind of intelligence, education, the wherewithal that I listen to potentially every day to form an organization, to find people to form a people's organization that is more important to the people. Because I am telling you, the same organizations you're talking about, like the PNM and the UNC and all of them, who form organizations to have a government over we had and have them up there doing what they want, not what we want, especially where we don't have an organization putting them up there, but there is organization that taking people out of us and putting them up there. And this is what even nobody, even he might be great intelligence, everybody will hear every minute. But I talk anything, and I not be great intelligence, but nobody don't want to hear me. But the same thing he's saying is the same thing I said. And nobody don't want to hear me. The slaves have to get up and form an organization. And if we don't, we will keep on being slaves under the people who is workers. And I will say it all the time.
All right. We hear you.
All right, I will point it out clean. That right, sometimes the truth does get powerful. But I hear you. I hear that you heard me.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, cool. Yeah, we hear you, man. We hear you. I have a text here. Dominic Huddy didn't mention about the free Orange Grove sugar factory land that he got many years ago to install his water factory with subsidized water, and to plant coconuts. To plant coconut salt to take away from the small coconut vendors. You understand? Them fellas and them, look there. How that water company get, how them own, what is it, how they end up with that deal? Morning.
Good morning, Stephan. Good morning, Mr. X.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
Never find the floodgates that disappear from down South Key?
The floodgates that disappear from South Key?
Yeah, remember they said that the scrap iron dealers allegedly stole it, and remember when South Key was flooded and all that, as you all spoke about the Greenville situation and the lack of maintenance, I remember the floodgates had disappeared now. They ever found it?
No, I don't know. I can't remember hearing anything about that.
Were the floodgates
I guess if they found it, I would have find out. I would have know.
Yeah, because they came out and they're saying that it had a big press conference and they were saying that the floodgates were stolen. So I was trying to understand about this thing is thousands of pounds and nobody seemed to see when there was dismantling the floodgates and going with it. So I just want to know if it was ever...
I remember what you're talking about. You can't remember that when they take the whole gate and they went with it?
Yes.
You can't remember that, boy, X?
Yes.
And people were saying, how they do that, boy?
Yeah, actually, we are some real skillful bandits in Trinidad.
The TV whole gate?
Yeah, the whole gate is gone.
You know.
You can't
I want to know, did they ever get it back?
No, they never get back. None that I know of. I know what you're talking about. No, remember what you're talking about. All right, cool. You too.
All right, sir.
I remember. You two remember that, boy?
I can't remember.
That was big news, boy. Morning.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, fellas, morning.
Yeah.
Heinz and them, I think it's Heinz and them come and call a press conference and all kind of thing that talk about the floodgate with the thief. Morning, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. Johnny Abraham got from a different clothes. He's from a different era policing that these TikTok polices are now, you know.
Yeah.
It's our TikTok police call himself John Wick. When I go on the man page, the man looking like spoiled body, you know. But I will tell you something about Johnny. He was a corporal in St. Joseph Station. And he command more respect than the sergeant and inspector and the SP for the division, you know.
Right.
You could be going home off duty and Johnny go call and say, hey, you know, get some information about X, Y, and Z. And you go back, sign in, get a new weapon, and you go on with him, and 99.999% of the time, he hit the nail on the head, and you're sure you come back in the station with suspects and contraband and thing, you know.
Yep, correct.
Now them set a TikTok police are now only dressing up and trying to look mean and look like a damn cartoon.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Nah, Johnny's our boss, and he was supposed to, because if he was commissioner of police, he would have got 100% support. Because I used to say, well, the virus might make a difference, but yeah, idiot.
He
can't walk in Johnny's shoes.
He making a difference, but it's not forward. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me see how quick I can take this one here from foreign news. You gotta be quick, eh? And then I have a voice note here. Hello, good morning. Oh, God, I miss him. All right, let me get him back here. Yeah, morning.
Hey, quickly here. Hey, tell your buddy orbit that rocket now. Bring it back to Earth. Orbit that rocket. All right? Hey, from now on, I'm going to call you Judge Stephan, a.k.a. Aeneas Wells Jr. Remember Aeneas Wells, the judge?
Yes.
Mr. Cat-O'-9 himself.
Yep.
The biggest version in tongues of Pete himself. When I go before Aeneas Wells, he get the cat out for you. So, Your Honor, it's been a pleasure. And listen, there are too much licks to be sharing. Too much evil things and wrong things going on.
Yeah.
You should make it 1 hour. That naughty corner. You had to make it a hour. You gotta do that.
We want to overdo. We want to share some one licks.
Well, okay. Well, if you and X talk less now when the people's hour to share licks.
All right.
You all take up 15 minutes.
No problem. We go deal with that. But we're going to take it as fast as the calls coming too. All right, no problem.
Take it easy. Right on. Right.
Yeah, man. Naughty corner.
Nobody again. So X said that this war is a BRICS war, and he's right. The BRICS was supposed to be the Chinese attempt at a petrodollar. They were going to do the same thing that the Americans did. Have a global trading currency based on oil and gold. And the oil was supposed to come mainly from Venezuela and some some from Russia, some from Iran. And the goal, again, some from Venezuela. Venezuela has a lot of gold, but mainly Africa. So it is China. For all you who does be talking, France do this and France do that in Africa. No, it's China and using the Russian Wagner Group as muscle. And the banking was supposed to be in the UAE for a BRICS dollar based on African gold and Venezuelan oil, right? And that has now been squashed, clearly, right? And there are a lot of people who wouldn't understand. Understand that, and because they hate America and they hate white people, they will say they will side with China. And certainly there are interest groups within the Western world and the media, the Western media, who are going to prop up China and Iran and so on in this thing because their investors were backing that and banking on that. But again, now that's being toppled, right? And it's going to look ugly. And the China example is Venezuela. Venezuela oil and gas industry was deliberately stymied and kept in a sorry state. The refining capacity is not much more than ship it to Trinidad. We have 175,000 barrels a day. They can do less than 300,000. The whole of Venezuela. Over the last 20 years, that industry wasn't developed because the intention of the oil was not to develop into petrochemicals, which you could sell for a good lot of money and the Venezuelan people benefit. You cannot bank and base a currency on oil. If you turn it into gasoline and burn it in car engines, you have to keep it in reserve. Right? So that's what the Chinese did to Venezuela. And everybody would say US is conducting regime change. Regime change happened in Venezuela 20 years ago. That is what is happening in the world. Blood, treasure, and empire. And right now, to sustain empires and to, some blood and some treasure is being expended on both sides. And there will be an end. I know which side is going to win. And you here, as the grass, while the elephants are fighting, can only choose a side. I choose the Western world, ideologically. It's up to you to choose what side. It's unfortunate to hear a lot of Trinidadians choosing the wrong
side. Not just Trinidadians. Not just Trinidadians.
Side. They don't know the history of the thing. But that's what's going on in the world.
Right.
The BRICS
All right,
war,
so
the BRICS war.
The BRICS war. So we just got about 2 minutes before we end the show. Tomorrow we have Friday. Fireball can't make it tomorrow, but Ozzy coming in. Ozzy Marik. You know him?
I'm a boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He put on a little belly boy.
Well, not new.
Bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Belly bigger than mine.
He was a slim fellow all his life.
Yes, not again.
All his life,
He's still slim, but he had the belly.
Oh God.
Yeah, big up Ozzy, man.
Like a Congo that swallow a keza ball.
Yeah. Hey, people, we want to thank you for your calls and your comments, of course, and thanks for the participation in Naughty Corner. Tomorrow we take a different swing.
And thanks for all those people around the world that listen and support our YouTube channel and all the other viewing apparatus that we have available to us. Thanks for the support. Thus far, our numbers are climbing nicely. And we are doing our thing. As piece by piece, we will improve the show and we'll put elements in the show that's going to make it nice.
That song.
We get it.
That song. Okay, for tomorrow, that song. No public volume.
All right, that's what we're talking about, man. That's what we're talking about. Well, I supposed to be on at 4 o'clock at what time? At 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm supposed to be on with Kingsley. I hope I have a better show this afternoon.
Oh God.
But them loose kind of show.
One could only hope.
Them kind of loose show.
I know that is not your element. I know that is not your element.
I'm not doing them kind of
But it is what it is. I know you had to take the pain for. It's only 2 more days.
Only 1 more day.
1 more yesterday?
Yeah, and we call them.
Ciudad coming back tomorrow?
No, heavy take on Friday.
On Friday?
Yeah, I have board meeting on Friday. So
yes, you have board meeting on Friday. It's true. It's true. But we improve the show tomorrow. We do it differently. All right, we're not dealing with naughtiness tomorrow. Fridays, I have decided, and X has decided, we have decided together that a Friday going into our weekend, we should send you off in a good mood.
Yeah.
With a good vibration. So we tackle it different on our Friday, positivity.
Nobody knows.
So we have a segment called on a positive note.
On a positive note.
On a positive note.
Okay.
That is what the applause for.
Right.
So we're looking for positivity. We're looking for something positive, something good that happened. We don't talk nothing about goodness.
Right.
We're always talking about bad thing. Right? So on a positive note, look out for that tomorrow. We have another segment we're working on, which is the one talk about there. We'll see how I'll see how we could gotta tweak that in a particular way, but we'll get
and
to
anybody outside there who willing to put their advertising dollar on this program, just give us a call.
Yeah.
At any time, any day, or you put your advertising dollar, because you know we are worth it. So even the less of mine, have the genius of expressing the obvious, walk around the tongue with the blinkers on, just me right that post.
And here comes Kyrie Roberts with the news at noon. We are out for Off the Record today. Until tomorrow, people, stay safe.
The abduction of 73-year-old businesswoman Tara Polaya. Ms. Polaya was abducted from her San Juan home on Wednesday night